All right, people checking in. Good night to everybody. You don't know, to whoever you're in the world. Yeah, if you're watching this back on a replay, man, good day to everybody. You understand? But yeah, first podcast after that live, in St. Louis. Bless up the people. You don't know, Daniel will be on the stream shortly. But I want to tell the people, to be honest, glad to have you guys, supporting this channel. You understand? It really mean a lot. You understand? It really mean a lot. All that support you guys have been giving this channel, from day one. Whenever you guys started to follow this channel, you understand? If you are fan of this channel for a year now, a couple months, a couple weeks, or a couple days, I really appreciate it because guess what? When help support it, and guess what? When help the movement, you understand? But we still a recover, still a recover, you say recovering from that painful last, you know, that painful last man, about 5 days ago, and that 5, 6 days ago, and that painful journey coming back home, on my way from St. Louis, you understand? Driving home, it was crazy, But never doubt, reggae boy, Jamaica, they have to support everything that we country do. So, just they are doing the utmost, the best of what we could have done. You understand? To just to go down there when I go not down but go across, go across the Mississippi River, to see some beautiful sights, see some attractions on that side of the world, But they have to drop the nick on that podcast. You don't know. It's all about Reggae Boy, Reggae Girls, you understand? Recap of the weekend of the English Premier League, our starters topic, the Bundesliga, La Liga, this show is a multi version of different type of leagues, different type of topics. You understand? No really want us to stick to one egg in the basket. But again, man, bless up to the people them, the Sunday, love to know what you guys had for your Sunday dinner. Yeah, I just did some, some rice and peas. I didn't want to do any rice and peas this week, but I mix Jamaican food so much over the last, over the international break. I haven't had any, real proper Jamaican food, since I left my home. Since I left my home, and, I did not get anything down here in St. Louis. Yeah, the man didn't offer me no proper Jamaican meal that I could say, yeah, I didn't miss home. Even when I went, in Toronto, I think since I migrated, to the United States, and I went to that game in Toronto, when we played them in the quarterfinals of the Nations League. Mighty God, I got the best Jamaican food since I migrated from Jamaica. And guess what? That same restaurant, that I bought my food from, we actually bought some food for the Reggae Boy team as well. So I guess, probably that's what they beat, Canada and the day because that was the same restaurant, where many of the locals, you understand, who live that side of Toronto. That's one of the famous, I don't remember the restaurant, but that's one of the famous, Jamaican spot, in Toronto. You understand? So big up to that spot, and I wish I know that spot, but that was, even when I travel, to Florida, to watch game, even when I was up in New York, I just didn't get that type of food that I got in Toronto at the time. You understand? Even today, outside of my kitchen, that's the best of the best Dominican food that I have ever had. You understand? So that was a memorable trip, memorable game, in that rainy, windy night at BMO Field. But I was hoping, man, I got some real Jamaican proper food. I even went into a Japanese restaurant, not saying I eat Japanese food, but just to look. And I peeked through the glass, like when I looked through that glass and see that Japanese restaurant, I realized it's black people. A cashier, black people are cook. I did not see any farm of Asian looking people in that restaurant. I'm like, U-turn. I'm not even going to look to see what is on the menu. You understand? I think my name Daniel is ready. But yeah, people, interested discussion is coming up, various topics all across the world. You understand? We'll talk about, yeah, again, Reggae Boyz, the starters topic. You understand? Reggae Girlz, the title race is winding up, with Khadija Bonisha and Chelsea in the WSL. Congratulations, to one of our own, Tariq McGee, winning, the USL Championship. I was watching that, also yesterday on CBS, so big up the Tariq McGee and, victory. A couple of Reggae Boys have played well over the weekend, as well, you know. I guess this is, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, am I ready? Yeah, that's Daniel right there. Yo, what you like?
Eh?
Like it?
But I'm in the darkness now. Don't have to like that.
You know, set up it.
I'm set up, man, but me,
I mean, like, new apartment, new air, new, you
I'm
know,
everything set up. I'm just not a light right now.
uh,
Is it?
yeah, yeah,
Not a, huh?
definitely, man. What one, man?
There, you know.
First spot after the international break. Always a Sunday. Knows it, you moved in a new environment, new apartment, new everything, soon to be new studio. How you settling right now?
Don't very feel much rejuvenized, full of energy now, that gear, that new feeling,
Yeah,
So looking forward to start drop back some video on especially on my platform. It's a while since I do any video, but coming to the end of the year, but we're still going strong.
yeah,
You see me? And feel, me don't know about you, but boy, that international break I feel long. Me don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
International break I feel long.
say that to someone.
Like crazy.
I
You
did
know?
say that to someone that I don't know if it because it was the last international break of the year. I'm like, I don't know if I was, because I was having that experience of watching the national team. Everything just feel dragged out. Everything just feel long, man. You
Yeah.
understand? But I mean, it's always good when it's international break. We always can reflect on the country that we love. So, I tell you this, Daniel. Since I've been doing, this and doing Reggae Boy and stuff and talking about the Reggae Boy. I just
Yeah.
the time I don't have that passion, I don't have that hunger, that commitment, that drive to watch England, Brazil. I don't have the time to watch other national teams. I'm so focused and driven
Yeah.
support my national team. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same thing for you as well, looking over in Germany.
To be honest, I haven't really be taken in the Nations League that, especially in the Europe. It's like it's a very the game them have been very poor. Like the matchup on the teams. Maybe in the next knockout stage I've been taking it serious. But Germany have been very good recently. Especially after past couple of years we have been very poor
Yeah,
since winning that World Cup in Brazil. But and no, since honestly, I'm gonna be real. Since we started doing this podcasting, I've been really been into watch Jamaica games now, especially World Cup right around the corner. We have a chance, might go there. So that feeling of supporting the Jamaica team is coming back.
yeah. So in sound of people. People, glad to have you guys. And this is the Nick and podcast. We're streaming on both platforms, Nick and Media House, and also Daniel Football Show. I don't know how many of you guys going to support it, but I recently created another channel, but that's catering for the Hablo Espanol people. You understand? We
Mm-mm.
tipping into that market as well. You understand? So, a lot of work will be coming out on that platform as well. Casa de Medios, Ricardo, that's the channel name, yeah. So it's the same thing as Ricardo Medios, but we just put it in Spanish. But people, look, we're coming right back after the Nick and that break. Look, see you guys after this. guess that's Nick and that intro. Daniel, I don't know our thing. The starters topic. We don't know we travel around the globe. With this podcast. We talk about the Bundesliga. We talk about the Spanish La Liga, the Italian Serie A, and we just touch on the French. Uber Eats. But right up there, right now, Harry Kane, yeah, fastest player to reach 50 goals in the Bundesliga. Something that, one of German, not German, but one of the biggest striker that came out of Germany in the Bundesliga the last couple of years, and Lewandowski didn't reach it. Obviously, it was all on record. He broke it. Not even Thomas Müller, not even some of the big names that are part of the German national team, but I mean, 50 goals, in Bundesliga for Bayern Munich. Your takes, as you know that you follow the Bayern Munich team, the
Um,
Bundes.
to be honest, very impressive from Harry Kane. Not not surprised. He been doing it over the years in England. One of English league best top striker over the past couple of years. Win so many golden boots. Just have not able to win any title as yet. Even though last season Bayern Munich never won. Leverkusen won the title, but
Yeah.
I'm expecting Bayern to win the title. Harry Kane finally able to lift his first major trophy, and very impressive. They have Lewandowski before. He was one of Europe top striker, and then for Harry Kane to go in there and still doing it, the numbers is still up there. Is just very impressive. My question is he gonna go down as one of England best striker ever? Or you have to win
Um,
some trophy
so,
before?
his groundwork, his goals, speak for a lot of things he have done over the years. It's hard work, but when you look at it, man, Alan Shearer, someone that still holds a record in the English Premier League, was Wayne Rooney, out and out. But when you're talking about a true number nine, someone that is that old-fashioned number nine, I think he is probably the greatest number nine that England have ever seen. If you go back to in the 60s, Earls, Bobby Charlton, all these guys, man, but
Yeah.
freaking have done, with his numbers, strikers get paid to score goals, and that's what he's doing. Still not really impressed by this Bayern team, but impressed by Harry Kane. He has been the bully. But remember that game that they played at the Estadio, the Estadio Stadium in the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona. When Bayern Munich and Barcelona played in a Champions League game, when Barcelona write them off. A lot of German press came out and said, he needs to start do these, goal scoring, and in bigger games. And he came back from that and he just started to score more goals in the more impressive games, but it's still not there for me where you're talking about him scoring in the big occasions, games. You're talking about the games that's coming up, in the Champions League a few days from now against Paris Saint-Germain. Bayern Munich farm has been woeful in the Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain farm has been woeful as well. But I think he's that true and out and out number nine greatest England striker at this moment, or overall, go back into history. But let's talk about the game that coming up, Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern Munich. Paris Saint-Germain lost to Atletico Madrid. They lost to Arsenal, and is it Arsenal? Paris Saint-Germain lost to. They lost, I know
Yeah. Lost to Arsenal. So.
they drew against PSV Eindhoven in the Eredivisie League. Those two teams. We talk about this impressive Champions League format, Daniel. Like, we kind of scratched our head, probably 5 months ago, before all of this started. But it seems like it's been that decisive, Champions League format that many of us been looking for. That it's more competitive. You see teams like Celtic usually be in pot four, drawn against a Barcelona, a Bayern Munich in one zone, and they just struggle to get out of the zone. No, Celtic is right up there. Can get into one of even the automatical qualifying spot, but Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern Munich, coming up in the Champions League this midweek. You wrap your head around, this game.
I think it should be a very easy win for Bayern. I think Paris have been very bad in Europe. It's gonna be at Bayern in Germany at the Allianz Arena. I still think Bayern gonna be too strong for PSG. PSG have been very inconsistent, I would say,
Yeah,
even though they're still top of the French league, league. But anybody can win the French league. But Una Emery, I think you're gonna be yeah, not Una Emery. I'm tripping. What's his name? Luis Enrique gonna be in a lot of pressure. I
yeah.
think if they don't make it, at least make it to the knockout stage in the Champions League, I think he will be losing his job. But as far as that game, I think Bayern Munich should comfortably win that game at home. Even though Bayern have not been impressive, but I still expect Bayern to get the job done with Harry Kane. I think Bayern have too many power going forward, so they will get that job done. For me, I think PSG lost Kylian Mbappe, and they bring in a lot of
Youngster.
potential signings. Neves. I like that guy named
Neves.
Neves, a very good player. Broccoli. And they have some very good player. Dembele have
That's
been,
midfield. Kim, he's very good.
yeah, they have some very good young players. But it's I don't know. I think they were still able to make it to the knockout stage because it's a long way to go. I still think they have a couple more warm games to get some points on the board, and you just need to make it in that top 20 to be in the next stage. So I still think they were still able to make it, but very young, exciting team, but just not there yet. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
So we shift from Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munchen, over to the La Liga. The two giants over there in Spain. Barcelona back to back last in the Basque Country right before the international break. And last again. To Celta Vigo after 2-0 up. Real Madrid, got a impressive 3-0 win over Leganes. You will say a little mini Madrid derby. I don't know how many people know that it's a derby, playing against Leganes, but Barcelona, no Yamel, and it seems like this continuous story just keep on popping up. Without a 17-year-old, there's no Barca, there's no end product, the victory. It's something similar what Man City have experienced right now with Rodri, but look at it. This is Barcelona worst venue to travel in the start of the 2000th century, different from the Santiago Bernabeu. They have lost as much game more than any team else, away in the La Liga than Celta Vigo. And what you think, Barcelona, no Yamel, Rafinha is on a wonderful farm. He's 8 goals in a second in the leaderboard, by Lewandowski who's on 15. Both of them got on the score sheet. Rafinha got that goal, but he missed that opportunity to go 3-0. And right after the, Casado got red card. And then from there, Hansi Flick just started to continue to play that eyeline, Daniel. Something that we kept saying, with Hans, he's a little bit naive. Look, you 10 men on the pitch. Casado got a red card. Just sit back. Defend the 2-0. Walk away from Celta Vigo. No, you still play that eyeline. And they break through. And that's all. They got it. And look, when I'm watching that game, I still see Iago Aspas. This guy is a legend for Celta Vigo. This team have been going through some tragic moment. Rafa Benitez once was a coach. You will say they've been surfacing around, the relegation zone, but for Barcelona to go to Celta Vigo, Daniel, and gave up, 2-0, a 2-0 goal to draw that game, after that they lost, before the international break 1-0. Now it's 4 points, I had Real Madrid that game. And what you think of that game against Celta Vigo?
Honestly, I didn't watch that game. We get caught up doing something, but I see some highlights of the game, man, and I think that red card really changed that game.
Yeah.
Really, Barca was having that game until that second year card. Very inexperienced player.
Yeah.
So yeah, it cost them. These young players have been very good for Barca, but sometimes that experience can caught up with you. You get what I'm saying? And disappointing in Hansi Flick. He just continue playing this same style, and you have to understand and adjust to the game. Understand, say you have your philosophy, But if the game change, you might get a men down, or this game planning just not working. And these coach, what we see with these coach, even they're seeing keeper, they want the keeper to play the ball from out of the back line.
Yeah.
And they rather the keeper give away a goal
Yeah.
just because they just want to stay in their way. Don't get me wrong. When it work out, brilliant. Like
Brilliant.
brilliant. But it sometimes you got to be just do the basic, and that I think that cost them. And Real Madrid won today. That's a massive points drop on them yesterday. So they have to learn how to adjust to the game. And Hansi Flick is a very experienced coach. I was talking to my brother the other day. I told him that, bro, you see Barcelona get a good team that can read that eye line, they're gonna in big trouble in the latter stage in the Champions League. I think they're gonna. I think this is gonna cost them.
Yeah.
They need to dress back a little bit. The high line, like let's be real, in that Real Madrid game, Real Madrid should have been up like 3-0 if Kylian Mbappe could have just able to just slightly just figure out that time is run. Barca would have under 4 in that Bayern Munich game. Don't forget, Bayern scored a couple goals and it went offside, and they're still able to get that equalizer back too. You get what I'm saying? I don't get this. It's ridiculous. I don't get this eye line.
What we grew up on. We see the Frank Rijkaard, the Pep Guardiola. The best way to defend in that Barca era, early 2000. Just before Pep Guardiola even leave. You see even Luis Enrique just play Tata Martino as well. They defend by keeping compact and possession with the ball. No, this is a German coach. I know his philosophy is different from the different Spaniard, but Barca team in the past is keep the ball. You couldn't get all of the ball even to hurt them. They're so dominant with the ball. 85, 89% of the ball. Other team only have 15, 13% of the last quarter of the game defending, a narrowly 2-0 lead, a 2-1, something, to hold on. So, Hansi Flick going to have to work on that as well. But Leganes, with the Los Blancos team, it can it be a white Christmas this time around, in the Spanish La Liga, building on back-to-back goals, Mbappe, his spell is over. Is this turn, even though 6 players, first team players out now for Real Madrid, this is a turn for the All Whites to go all the way with players coming back, and farm, but facing tough tests ahead. But what do you think about La Liga, for Real Madrid in it, 4 points just behind Barca with that game against again? I think that game is against Valencia.
Most brilliant. But Real Madrid really take the game to Leganes, even though not the quite up to the standard of elite football, but they try, they do their thing. I was surprised that they have Hula from Dortmund. And then what's his name? He used to play for Barcelona too, and Sevilla. What that guy name?
I don't remember his name. I know who you're talking. I don't know
what I'm talking there. He was there, but Real Madrid they play very good. Kylian Mbappe get through a couple times. He scored 1, and that was offside as well. He just need to just time that run.
Side.
I think
he was coming off the left. Yeah, Vinny was going through the middle.
Yeah, that's something very new too, and I work a little bit. I think Kylian favorite position is on the left side. One thing I would say, he looks sharp though. He looks compared to the couple games before, he looked sharp, because even that same goal that he scored, offside goal, he put that away really good. Yeah. And then the goal that he actually scored, he was in the right position. So it's getting there. I think that's a good tweak that Ancelotti made. Play. I think Vinny have a little bit more about him playing in the middle than Mbappe. Yeah. I think Mbappe don't really know about it. So I think that's something that you can try a little bit more. And they can, vice versa, can switch up, 1 minute Vinny out there, 1 minute Mbappe out there. That's something that they can work. I think that's something that he's been working on in the training. But Real Madrid, they're only gonna get better, because I don't think they started the season good on it. If Barcelona want to win the La Liga, they're gonna have to step it up.
Yeah, and look at the team that their last 3 home games in a row, coming off a clean sheet. So very big win in the upper, you call it, the upstate of Madrid era, the metropolitan era, of Madrid. But yeah, even when that game, I was watching it, it started at 4-2, 3-1, attacking. But when Leganes is coming at, Real Madrid, they actually defending with two 4-4-2, two banks of four, and Vinny and Mbappe actually shielding, that midfield. So you could see a lot of tweaking. So looking forward for that big game coming up at Anfield, Los Blancos versus the Reds.
It's too inconsistent for me. Very inconsistent for me. They've been. You don't know what you're gonna get with them.
Yeah.
You don't know what they.
Don't think a team that they would probably call, the grandfather, the elder, the history of Champions League can go to Anfield and get something. This team have known how to get the job done more than any other team in this competition. Can they be the second team to beat Real Madrid? Can they be the
are you talking Liverpool?
Yeah, I'm talking about Liverpool. Can this Real Madrid team be the first team to beat Liverpool in Champions League and to win? In as the second team at Anfield season, like what Nottingham Forest done, a couple of months ago.
No, I think Liverpool is gonna be wiping the floor Real Madrid. I think Liverpool otherwise on today's game, they look shaky in the back line, but they've been good defensive. But that Champions League night at Anfield is something different, special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For Chelsea fans speaking, I like watching Champions League night at Anfield, especially when a big opponent come.
Yeah.
That never walk alone anthem. When that come out, that's different level. But I think Real Madrid, if they can able to, if the players, if Mbappe and Kylian on it, they could create some problem. But I don't see Liverpool. I don't know, man. I don't see Liverpool beating them. I see Liverpool beat Real Madrid, man.
Yeah. One question before we move on, to the Serie A. Is this the time that Real Madrid, have the perfect opportunity, to promote and bring through these youngsters? We saw one start, as well, to the I think his name is Assassin. He's coming from the academy. He's 21 years old. He's a Spanish international. Is this the time that Real Madrid can promote these youngsters, from the academy? I think they do really have some very, very good youngsters. You see Fran Garcia, the one that played left back. They send him out, with a buyout clause, and he came back in, and look at what he's doing. So I know these top two teams in La Liga have, very good youth academy, especially La Masia, the La Masia, the La Masia, and Real Madrid, the Castillo are very good players. But is this the right time, though, for Carlo to help bring through these youngsters?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is the best time. I'm surprised they haven't give Hendrick, even though Hendrick has been signed. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised Hendrick haven't get more minutes, But this is the best time. They ain't got no choice. Sometimes these are the things. Unfortunately, these are the things that have to happen for youngsters that have to get the opportunity. It happened to Barcelona, but this is one of the reasons why Barcelona start bringing all these youngsters. They didn't do it because they want to. Normally you want to bring through youth is gradually just bring them in the first team and give them minutes here and there. But when you have an injury crisis, it's best to give the youngsters the opportunity, and they will able to perform. That's the only way they're gonna able to can deliver or get the experience out there. But I think Ancelotti is one of those coaches. He like experienced player over the years, But I think he don't have a choice. He just have to give them games. He ain't got a choice.
Yeah. But one more to go. The starters topic. I'm over to the Serie A. From the special one to the perfect one. AS Roma. This is the 4 changes in the dugout this year. Yeah. Special one, Jose Mourinho. Yes, he won that special conference European trophy for them. Could you believe that AS Roma only won the Serie A 3 times? And the last was 2000? It's crazy. It's crazy.
It,
All
it,
2 decades now they haven't won that Serie A. You know, I'm
I, I
on
think. Go ahead.
before we get there, but we saw Jose, him on the board just didn't materialize out in the end of last season. Not really end up, but Derasi came in, the back end, he did some really good job as an interim. They gave him that permanent, job. He spent loads of money. He bought that Ukrainian player from Girona, Dovie. It's not the best start of him. They gave Derasi some amount of money to spend, the Americans. And
Yeah.
when you look at it, Derasi, he walked. Ivan Juric only spent just a few months. This man have loads of experience coaching Genoa and all these teams in the Serie A. The Croatian. And now we saw the man who said he's not the special one, but he is the perfect one. The man who won the English Premier League in 2016 for Leicester City, the Cinderella story, trying to rescue this AS Roma team. The man himself, Claudio Ranieri, who have multiple jobs in the past. Yeah, multiple. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know why I'm gonna retire and just go and just go cock up him foot and just chill. He
But
won the Premier League.
what's your takes though to know that a big club in Italy like AS Roma, when you talk about AS Roma, you have to call Francesco Totti, you have to call Daniel De Rossi, you have to call these players name. But this is the fourth manager in the dugout now, and again he lost 1-0 at the Armada Diego Maradona Stadium, in Naples.
I don't. I don't think they should have stopped Jose. And I think they should have give Darasi more time. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with the board. They're just so eager to just.
What are you looking for?
I don't know what they're looking for because all of these managers play a different football. So I
Exactly.
don't know. I don't know what they're looking for. Jose play a very pragmatic way. Darasi a little bit, but you wanna attack a little bit,
Yeah, with a
and
4-3-3.
and then they go back to a very pragmatic manager again.
And then
So and then Ranieri is a little bit old school, a little bit. You never know what he get
he's
from
like
Ranieri
Bruce in Italy. Like just come in and do a job in a
and do a job. Yeah.
yeah for a relegation team, but
I,
not for a team that want to be in the top four.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I think doing all these changes
Yeah.
gonna very much unstable the club. Yeah.
You saw last season they finished 5 points behind Bologna. 5 teams represent Italy in the Champions League. The last 11 games. Throughout last season. Now when you look at it, they 12, 6 points. They're in 12th position. 6 lost already. They're right down there in 13. It's just an unstable club. And when you look at the direction, high profile manager like Jose, he came, he did what they asked him to do, but he didn't manage to get in the Champions League. I think the last time AS Roma in the Champions League was at the 2018, 2019, when they're in that zone at Real Madrid. So look at it, the Ivan and Derasi, more of a modern style of coaching, want to be, on the front foot 4-3-3, not the most modern formation in Italy. He got the sack. Ivan Juric is just kind of similar like Jose Mourinho. Claudio Ranieri is just the same pragmatic footballer, defense first and then attack. So this club
There's
is
no future with Ranieri.
there's no future for Ranieri. So what is it? Why not just leave the rest, let him do his job and try to get this team, on top of the game and try to emulate what he have done, in the back end of last season. But I mean, look, Daniel, over the weekend as well, Milan, Juve draw 0-0. Boring game.
Oh, me not cut you, but I did not watch that game, but I saw the goal, expected goal on Twitter from that Twitter account. They share every time when a game finish, they share the result from the expected goal. I'm gonna say 0-0. I'm gonna say I was reading the comments and everybody say, yo, this game was one of the worst games they ever seen.
Worst. I don't know if because of so many Americans were in this game.
Hey, behave it up, man. Money channel.
There's so many Americans in this game, man. Kane, Musa, Wea, so many Americans in this game. You understand? Hey, literally almost half of Serie A clubs owned by Americans.
Really?
Yeah, owned by Americans.
That's
And
why
I
all these them.
something
That's
that
why they're buying so many American players. That's surprise.
but yeah, but Inter as well in a trash Verona. But look, Inter have lost only one game this season. They lost 2 games last season, and that those 2 games in the league came that they lost, 2 games by one club, so swallow. But Inter is on a run. I don't know. It's like this team is like a sleeping giant. Not many teams are a lot of journalists out there, fancy this team to go to the Champions League final with Manchester City, but they did it. You understand? Lautaro Martinez wasn't even in this game. They rest him. But to see that what Inter have been doing, but yet to really kick up a really good start in Champions League, I think they kind of sleepwalk into that final, if you ask me.
They give me this Jose Mourinho Inter days back in the day. Yeah, they give me that vibes.
The team have more superstar though.
They do, but
they have more superstar to that team.
I wouldn't say superstar. I would say them have more world class.
Anton Balatali, Montari, Diego Milito, Eto, Ibrahimovic. They
work hard though. That team was a very hard working team. I'm saying I'm more like a hard working team.
This Inter team is very good. I don't know what I think they kind of lack that cutting edge in the big games when it comes to the Champions League. I think they kind of give teams a little bit too much respect rather than going to those games and play, the hard working football, the high tempo football, try to win the game from the midfield rather than sit back and allow team to come at them. But it's just the Italian way, and they're coaching by one of the greats, Inzaghi. Moving on, Daniel, moving on from everything, but I want to talk about one of our own. Khadija Bonisha, she's in a nitty-gritty title race at this moment. When you look at the title race that she's in right now, I've said this multiple times on this platform where I said, look, in order for this City team to get this league title from Chelsea, even when Emma is not there, Sonia is there, the French legend coming from Lyon, won everything to offer with Olympique Lyonnais. Like what club did in the past, for so many years, nearly a decade, and Emma did the same. So it's just, Arne Slot just walking through the door with a team it's already built. The atmosphere is already, it's like the same with the Chelsea woman team. They yet to lose a game. They yet to lose a game in all competition.
Yeah.
Not even the mighty Barcelona team is that good. Not even when I look over the fence in the French Liga with Lyon women team, they are not good as this Chelsea team.
That coach, she came in from she's was one of the best coach in Europe.
Yeah.
Chelsea brought her in to get that Champions League over the line. You know what I'm saying? And they look different this season. I think I'll probably watch. I watched that game they play against Arsenal when that what's her name? Is it Ramirez? That scored that brilliant goal. But they look solid too defensively.
She's a beast. She's highest transfer in as a player in WSL, what 500 something thousand pound. They brought her over. She's a beast. City dropped points already. They drew, I think, the first game of the season. I think they drew at the Emirates. They dropped points at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. So you could say that, look, they dropped 5 points. They're 5 points already behind Chelsea, and they only have Chelsea one more time to play. So who going to get the points from Chelsea so this City team can get their league title? It's a pretty good title race to really, zone in on, but you think though Sonia can get, she's right up there, to get this Champions. She's one of the favorite to win the Champions this season for Chelsea.
Yeah. I think they look very good this season. I've not seen the defending. I think Barca have been that one team that's been stopping Chelsea. Yeah, Barca team have been stopping Chelsea every year.
Yeah.
I think if she can come up with something to get past that Barca team, I think Chelsea will be able to win the Champions League. And as far as the woman Barclays Premier League, I don't see anybody stopping Chelsea. City, if they did have any chance, I mean, they just have to pray that Chelsea drop in the points, which I don't see. If they do, maybe one or two, but not too much.
in
Yeah.
the, in the game that they had in hand. But the three English club, sorry, the three WSL teams, representing England for the Champions League, Arsenal, Chelsea, and City are already qualified. We saw Khadija Bonusha played in Sweden, midweek. She scored on Ammerby, look, almost 30,000 people watching City women team and Ammerby, one of the powerhouse in Sweden, yeah, to play a game in Stockholm. I mean, the women's game, Daniel, have been growing massively. You saw that in the last World Cup. You saw that in the last Women's Euro. And we even saw what happened, in the Women's Gold Cup, the first Women's Gold Cup, on this section of the world. It's growing, man. I mean, but Khadija Bonisha, Daniel, is back in, the regular setup, as the general said, before the game play in this national stadium, Leon Bailey is back. Khadija Bonisha, I think her last game for the national team was against what, Canada, I think. But Khadija Bonisha is back. 2 games at home coming up this week against South Africa, the Banyana girls. Yeah. But we're trying to get this regular program back up on track, Daniel. We don't want what happened 12 months ago happen to these girls again.
Yeah.
But I mean, how important is it though, man, for these girls? Actually they played against France in the last window, but the Reggae Girlz have lost their last 8 games. 8 games. The last game that we won was against Panama in that group stage of the World Cup. But it's important though to get back, our leader, our goal scorer, Bonisha back in the field for these 2 games against South Africa.
Yeah. 8 games. That is crazy. They have that's gotta be in. That's next game against South Africa. That's gotta end.
We must beat South Africa in these 2 games coming up in Manchester.
But we have been missing Bonisha still. One of the most elite striker in women's game. So I think that would help. Just get back on that track. We need. When is the next women's?
I think the next the World Cup in Brazil 2027, and I think the next setups for CONCACAF Women's, I think it starts next year.
Next year, okay, yeah. She just have to stay fit. I know she just came off on a bad injury and stuff like that, but I just want him.
That farm that she's doing for Manchester City into the national program is, it has to be this time, Daniel, where that good run
it's difficult,
No, it's difficult, but we actually adding some key pieces in that setup to be quite strong. The team going to get stronger and stronger as the international windows going by. You understand? I think they have one more window left back. By the time the end of the year, I'm not sure. So as the international windows go by and we keep getting our best squad, the best players, the system, everything, the chemistry around should get better. But I'm going to put a lot of pressure on her because she has been playing magnificent for Manchester City. She her first, playing in the group stage up in the Women's Champions League. She scored on Barcelona. She scored on Polton. She scored on Ammerby. So she has been scoring on the big stage in WSL. Scored at Stamford Bridge. She scored at Anfield. Scored at Old Trafford. Scored in Etihad. She has been called a Haaland in the women WSL, so she needs to perform. She needs to come up with goods.
I know. I was saying that when the last World Cup, and I said, she never really able to get to do anything, and I see it because the quality of basically creatively wise. Because I play as a striker, so and I know if I don't have nobody to give you the ball, it will not get a goal. You get what I'm saying? So it's difficult when you're playing especially as a striker. She can't do anything unless she get the ball. Maybe she was playing like a midfield. She could dribble a little bit, like a little Messi. You know what I'm saying? So I can't beat her if she not really do nothing. The qualities. But if we, as you say, we are getting some quality
Yeah,
players. Maybe then when I see the setup, I'm sorry. Then she should be. When I beat her when she get opportunity and I miss. It's the same opportunity when she gets that City. You know what I say? But
yeah,
through the majority of the time when I watch her, I don't see she get any clear cut chances or she have missed chances of her chances. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a back against the wall. 90% of the time she pick up the ball from the halfway line. She
yeah.
run with, and players just gonna fall her because they know that this is Bunny Shot. This is one of the best strikers in the world
The
right now.
best,
You know what I'm saying? So
the best striker, the best striker. I think the unique striker, Dardy is better. Khalid Abonisha is the best number 9 in the world. Forget about it. Forget about it.
all right, yeah, all right then, all right then. But you know,
She's the best. She's the
I
best.
just want I just want the team set up to
Yeah,
able to produce her so she can put the ball in the back of the net.
yeah,
But if she don't have that, she
yeah.
will struggle.
Yeah,
It's
she will.
difficult.
Definitely right. Definitely can't
She will
argue.
struggle. Yeah.
Can't argue. But this South Africa team that we're going to play. Look, South Africa. This team have played Serbia. This team have played Costa Rica. This team beat Costa Rica 2-0. They come up against the US. Twice. They played England. They played Netherlands. So they played Italy. They beat this South Africa team beat Italy as well. In the World Cup. So hopefully we can get a really good challenge. Look, last 3 games that we played France and Brazil twice. No, this is a South Africa team, Banyana. But I'm not I'm expecting nothing but victories in these 2 games. To be honest, Daniel, with the squad that we name, you know, what is really going around with the woman program, we just need to be up right now and just to get better so the girls them can be back on track and try to make at least a step or two, what we've done in the last World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, But I mean, talking about, continental, national program, I've saw look the World Cup, the 18th edition of the World Cup, another team has gone to debut, in the World Cup, Saudi Arabia, reporting are going to add it to the group stage of the World Cup. Daniel, we saw Qatar in the last 2 World Cup where Qatar go to in 2021 the semi-final beaten by America, and then they went to the quarterfinals. I think they beaten by Panama. But I mean, what's your take? So because previous we saw, I think Korea, I think a few more teams added into the World Cup. We saw Brazil, but Brazil is in the Americas. But what's your take on teams getting invited into the World Cup that is not a part of the Americas region, like a team like Saudi Arabia, and we saw Qatar last 2 World Cups?
I don't like it. I honestly don't like it. I understand Qatar is basically in a region by himself, but I understand, and don't let's be honest. These guys are pumping money in the
Yeah,
areas in the thing. So let's be real. That's one of the reasons why they're getting invited. But I don't like it. I think it should stay. I think you say Europe is Europe team,
yeah,
CONCACAF is CONCACAF team. I think what makes sense, not if the CONCACAF team get invited to the Copa America, that makes sense because we're basically almost in this. Yeah, it's still America. We're in the same region. That
yeah.
makes sense. You get what I'm saying? But I don't like it. I think
I don't like
I
it either.
think
I don't
I
like it.
think I think Qatar, if anywhere Qatar should be playing their football, that should be in the Asian region.
I
That's
don't
it.
like. I don't
You
like
get
it.
what?
Never
Yeah, I
happen
think.
in European football. This
Yeah,
will never happen in the
I
Euros.
know. You ain't gotta tell me. This will never happen in
Never.
Europe.
Not even in African Cup.
No,
Never.
because the fans them will protest, and and I don't think Europe need anybody out of outside their region. They already have all the powers already.
Yeah.
The German, the England, the Spain, the Italy, like they already have the powers. They don't really need anybody to come invited to. So I don't like it. And
Yeah.
it's not like we're missing out anything from bringing in Qatar.
Yeah.
Qatar is not the best team,
It's,
So
it's if you go for Japan or a South Korea,
yeah,
team a very good
a
structure.
very good team. Yeah,
You probably say yeah, but I mean, the Gold Cup draw, we know that we will play St. Vincent over two-legged game in the next international window. But the group stage draw will be next April 18th. But when I look at it, I also reported that Saudi Arabia will be missing 4 players that play for Al Hilal because Al Hilal will be in the Club World Cup. This is the thing that we talk about on this own show right here, Daniel. We talk about players that might missing, for the Gold Cup because we saw FIFA gave, it's their own tournament. They put out a statement that, look, no club should stop a player. No country should stop a player from represent in the FIFA Club World Cup as they want the best player in that tournament. As you know, Lionel Messi in that tournament. Maybe if Neymar is still around for Al Hilal, he will be in that tournament as well. We saw even that, look, if your contract up in May or June, or there is an extent for at least a month, extend your contract so you could play this tournament. But Saudi will miss 4 players from Al Hilal, Salem Al Dasawari, Alil, Bulai, Yasir Al Sharani, and Mohamed Yami. So, 4 key players from the Saudi Arabia setup will be missing, if they really will be added to the group stage of the CONCACAF Gold Cup, next year, summer in US and the West Coast. But, when you look talking about performance with Qatar, over the last 2 Gold Cups, they have played 9 games. They won 4 in the last 3, draw 2, as I said, semi and quarterfinal. So they show that they have quality that they can bring to the Gold Cup, but they're just not an America's team, coming from this region. But before we move on to the see what else. Before we move on to the Reggae Boy segment, just want to big up people, big up, Break Skull, very interested, big up to the people who comment, when, bless up chorus, big up yourself, understand, man, big up themselves, really appreciate everybody in the chat as well, people who contribute to this podcast. Remember, we're streaming on Ricardo Meadows and Daniel Football Show. Yeah, but Daniel, it's not a good side of what happened in Missouri last week, Monday. Bad side, bad result. I haven't heard you said anything, public, on this platform. What you think? What happened over the last 2 games? With the players, with McLaren, with the structure of the team, how the team is playing, disorganized. You name it, man. The lack of fight. What's your takes on the last 2 games that we played in the international break?
Terrible. terrible. Especially that last game. Very dreadful, man. The players out of ideas, no guidance. I'm a be real. I know people might hate arguments of football, but there was a structure, there was a plan, and there was ideas, and you could tell that, especially in the previous World Cup, especially in the World Cup, there was a structure, especially in that game against USA, where we defend and unluckily we conceded in the last minute.
That was the Nations League.
That was the Nations League?
That was the Nations League. Remember, that's which one? The one that we
the missed penalty, man. Yeah, a Gold Cup. Yeah. That was one of the best performance defensively, and he went to that back three. And what I'm saying is, I'm going to have a plan. I'm sorry. Remember previous podcasts, previous show me talk about when Steve McLaren came in, and we discussed about what is his philosophy, what does he want to do, what is his ideas, and people say, well, we are pass the ball more, well, we are do this more, but what? We have not scored in 3 games at home. This slow, lethargic football, passing, not going anywhere, and then over the 2 games them with USA. It's like the players them not listen to what he's putting out, or maybe this is what he wants. The changes, the team selection, he's just all over the place. You get what I'm saying? It's just all over the place, and it's when you do that, this is what we will get. You know, when last Jamaica have got pick up four in them net. When
Against
last
US, it's been a while.
USA, it's a long time. I don't remember Jamaica. We have not been so successful, but
Yeah,
I don't remember. We don't get too many embarrassed.
Sure,
We don't get a lot of embarrassed. We don't. The most of teams
last one
on this
was that semi-final
against Mexico.
Against Mexico 3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad, but not like this.
It was bad, but we didn't play that bad. We play a good night game there in some part night game.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But the USA that game was terrible, man. And you know the crazy thing about it, USA wasn't that good.
No, they did not even first gear.
They wasn't even that good, especially in the first game. The first game, they wasn't. They were just keeping the ball.
They gave up everything in that first game for us to win the game.
Yeah, you get me. And the team players that is playing, not gonna call names, but players that is playing not supposed to be in the team. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I see people saying get rid of the coach. The players is not good enough. Da 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 da. I don't know, man. I don't even know no more because we changed so many coaches and I'm gonna be honest. Steve McClaren was never my favorite, my first choice. He wasn't. I always think that we should have went for a young, upcoming Jamaica coach like Nicole.
Miguel Coley.
Yeah,
you have to trust somebody.
You have to trust someone, you know. Yeah. And I just think that we went for Steve McClaren because he have this relationship with the overseas players. You get what I'm saying? To try to convince them to come and play for Jamaica.
That's right.
And I was watching Ryan show the other day, and someone say something, and someone said Steve McClaren, it was never the first guy. He always now will be the backup, the assistant coach.
Yeah. Most of his managerial is backup. You know what? Look, he was out of place. If you ask many English fans, what happened, in 2008, after that foreign coach, I remember it was Capello. It was devastated for them not to qualify. Losing at Wembley. But when I really look at it, man, Daniel. But before we go further, someone said, what month is the US Gold Cup? The Gold Cup starts June the 14th to July the 6th. Yeah, that's the date of the Gold Cup, and all of the games, will be on the West Coast, and the FIFA Club World Cup games will be on the East Coast, But yeah, but look, I have to say this, I've listened to numerous podcasts, in our section where they talk about Reggae Boyz and stuff like that, Daniel, and a lot of people have their stuff to say, but I want to go back, and I don't want to really go back to what I've been saying, when I was in St. Louis, about the fight, the passion, and lack of idea and leadership. The team, the quality of the players, when you look at the quality of the players and what those players can do individually and what those players can do as a unit collectively if they set up as a good bunch of players, it can be really frightening to teams in the region. When you look at what Shaman Nichols did, he can put the ball in the back of the net, but how much chance you have to create for him. Leading goal scorer in the last Nations League, Leon Bailey, double assist, double digit assist, double digit goal last season. Demari Gray proving his quality in the Premier League. We know what he can do. Look at players all over. I don't want to go all across the board and naming all those players, but we have players that can do the job. But if there isn't a place to put all those players so they can join together and play as a glue on the football pitch, players will look awful. Players will look disjointed. Yeah, and the manager, the coach, Steve McClaren, and his coaching staff must take big responsibility for this, because You can't tell me that you watch this team in the dugout and us watching from the stand. You have time, you can go back and watch back games on the TV. Yeah? You're telling me this team look like they have no idea what they're doing? They don't have no idea of closing down play. Bro, we have players that can do the job. They might not be the big name players that like the US have, yeah. I know they play for the national team, but
Yeah.
we have players that can do a job, not as this bad. When you look at a team like Panama came to Kingston and gave us 3-0 in the World Cup qualifier. Yeah? Came in the World Cup qualifier and gave us 3-0 when Tapa was the coach. When he brought in Antonio, all these new players, Kemar Roof, then all these new players, and we got our neck pop off in the office 3-0. You telling me that Panama team have more name brand players in that squad than the Reggae Boyz? No. But they came with a plan and they came with a structure. The US, the last 2 games that they won in the Caribbean are away in CONCACAF was against, I think, St. Lucia and the Reggae Boyz. They lost their last 2 games in Trinidad and Tobago in a 2017 and just a few months ago in the Nations League. Yeah?
Yeah.
Where they won. So they are very poor, but if they can lose at those venues, why we can't get the best out of what we have? You understand? So, and if you go back to quarterfinal in Ohio, in Cincinnati, where we play Guatemala, you telling me that Guatemala team have more quality than us on the pitch? We beat them 1-0 by Amari Bell, but they played majority of the ball in that game, in that quarterfinal. You telling me that Guatemala team have more qualities than us? No, this team don't really lack qualities. What this team have been striving on is what happened in the moment. Yeah, this team is like Stevie Wonder. It's a blind team leading by a blind coach. There is no plan for these players to take off that black shades off their eye and finally to see where they're going. So it's not just the quality. It's not just who playing in the USL. It's not just not the players play in the JPL. It's not just that. It's a collective of a bunch of things. But the main thing is to get these players play as a unit. And if you can get these players to play as a unit, then the passion, the commitment, everything will come across easy with this team. So this team is not just down to the lack of quality that we have. You telling me that, look at over the weekend I've seen, not over the weekend, but Deshaun Bernard have been one of the best centre-back in the championship this season. It have proven. He is the most consistent player alongside the Northern Ireland goalkeeper, Bill. He is the most consistent player for their club team. Yeah. So what is it that it cannot translate into the senior team? And when you look at how when we play Honduras in both legs, we brought Honduras to our level, where this Honduras team looks so bad, looks so broken. But what they shown in San Pedro Sula against the Mexican, they came out with a plan, and that plan was, look, we're going to win every first ball and every second ball. You telling me that, Daniel, time and time, we played at the office. Teams have come in the office, they won the first ball, they won the second ball. What Pochettino done? Play 4 workmen in the midfield, 4 central midfielders in that midfield. And what he have done, he said, look, just go out there and fight and win the second ball. Are you telling me that the players them just cannot do the basic? Are you telling me that these players, this is what expected from these players for their clubs in England? What English fans call for when a team is doing bad? The effort. The effort. Play for the ball. Yeah?
Is the players them just not commit to the thing or what? Like what is the issue? Is there because
the players them I say the players them want to play, but I don't think Steve McLaren should be motivating these players to play for their country. That's not that shouldn't be his job. That shouldn't be his job. Vinicius Jr. want to play for Brazil, even when he's injured. They have said, stay back in Madrid and recover. That's the passion and the poise these players want to play for the national team. Where is that? Daniel, want to leave England or want to leave wherever all over the globe and to come play or come in Jamaica is one. But to put on that shirt and represent working class people. How much Jamaicans over here, Daniel, have 2 jobs? We are working class people that are working. We have people in Jamaica living on less than $2 a day in Jamaica, trying to make 2 ends meet. And we're not showing that on the pitch that we are working class people, that we are go-getter, we are hustler. We're not even hustling for the bar, Daniel. So
and I feel like back in the day, like we might come up against better teams, the US, the Mexico, the Costa Rica. But I think back in the day when we used to have BB Gun and those type of players, I think the fight was there. You get me? The pride was there to put on the jersey. Even though we have not been to the World Cup, but when team used to play Jamaica, them say, yo, these guys are physical. I don't think we come physical anymore. Yeah. I'm not talking about get yourself sent off and kick down man like where Damien Lowe thinks are physical. That is not physical.
Yeah.
That is lack of discipline. That is lack of discipline. You get what I'm saying? I was watching your video and you say, yo, the man them never in a like when a man get forward, the man in up the man them face. The boy, we are come out of the man face. You see me? But them up. When a man kick the man them say it's whatever. Referee, you know, this just going through the moment like no.
Looking for a call on the pitch, brother.
No, just dry, dead. You know, if you want if the man them care. You see me? I say, me personally, I think it's a lack of identity.
Yeah.
You get me? It's a lack of identity, you know. Some of them man, I don't think the man them understand say, yo, we Jamaican, we take football things serious, you know. I'm not call up the man them come from Europe, you know. But I feel like Bailey, Lowe, and Blake, if you tell the man them man supposed to them are the foundation man will come from here. Them supposed to tell the man them. You see me I say, but
saying them not set the example. So know that them are the grassroots, them are the foundation who born and raised on the ground.
Yeah.
If them not do it, you think the Englishman them gonna follow? And them have to example.
They're not gonna do it. Yo, my thing is, man, we have to fix up or we are gonna get left behind. We're going to miss that World Cup. We are gonna get left behind if we don't fix.
We're gonna make it to the final round. We're gonna make it to the next round, but I'm scared that what will happen in next round. I'm going to be scared. Look,
fix up,
but it's going to be a rough road ahead of us. If we don't fix up and pull up a sack.
Because me I tell you this. You see all of the other team them, when also USA and Mexico gone in. I fight the man them a fight, you know. We got them yard, you know. I fight the man them a fight, you know.
Yeah.
And a football, you know. I fight, you know.
Yeah.
You see me I say? The man them a fight. When they go to Costa Rica, go on Honduras and them on the ground. A fight. A style. You see me I say? So we know we have to be on our toe. We have to be careful. Or we're gonna get left behind. You see me?
I before I say anything, just jump in the comment section and show a curtain boss, I say, yo, coach, say if I can find show a curtain boss. But in there I say, yo, coach need to have a core now and coach need to have a core and demand more from the players and work on beating press and moving the ball more fluently. Blair video say, yo, hit the like button, people. Yo, people, when you smash the like button. When I say much over here, so, but yo, Danny J, big up yourself, Danny J, I say, yo, so where was Honduras planned when they went to Mexico? Danny J, I want to tell you, Honduras was a better team in that probably the first quarter of the game until something, I don't remember what happened into that game, but I was on my way, and when that game stopped, Rafa Marquez call over those players. Yeah, not Javier Aguirre, the coach. Rafa Marquez call over those players. Him and Andreas Guardado call over those players. Yeah, and those two past players have said something to those Mexicans, and from that moment, the Mexicans switch the players on the pitch. It's like there's a different level picked up. It's like the man start run more and more. The man start fighting each other. But the plan was there, you know, Danny J. You know, but again, second time running, beating Mexico in Honduras, going to Mexico, and you know, fold. I'm going to say this with Ronaldo Rueda. I think this time around, we have to be more timid. Yeah, Ronaldo Rueda is a bit more timid. I think he should have at least the more hostile football that they played in San Pedro Sula and win that game 2-0. Played at least probably 60% of that style of play. A little bit more aggressive. I think he was a little bit giving the Mexican too much respect because this Mexican team is not not the best of the best, but they still have quality to win games in this region. You understand? You know, show a curtain and say, your players not together hungry enough, laser reaction, time slow, need more commitment, consistency, fight, and willing to move on the field. Yo, I have a video that I have some video, you know, I have some video. One of the people and watch. I don't think if it's going to be Tuesday or it's going to be maybe Tuesday. You understand? Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. It come out on the morning inside. But you guys going to see some footage that I got from inside the stadium that the players, the reaction from the players, you know, just by the attempt of closing down the bar, it's not good enough. And you're going to see, trust me, you're going to see it, and it's going to be an eye-opening.
RN make a very good comment. You know, the past players, they develop in Jamaica, and they understand about work hard, and they understand the Jamaican fans that live in the country and live abroad love the football. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if these players that they come and they just think it's an opportunity just to get to a World Cup or get to play in the World Cup. You get what I'm saying? I don't know, man. The man them afraid. And then the next thing too. We used to say, yo, it's not that. We used to say, yo, we need to get somebody that's understand the culture. Yeah. Boy, I feel like we're going far from the culture still.
You know, let me say this. I've watched, as I said earlier, me not watch European qualify. Me not really watch those games live. Me probably catch them up on the highlights, but more penetrate and CONCACAF region. And they make the Panama and the Costa Rica game. Costa Rica have 6 players in that squad. Yeah, we're all raised up in Nicaragua. You know, there's so many Nicaraguan in Costa Rica, you know, that can play for the national team, vice versa. But you see a different side of those players. You understand? You see a different side of those players. When you look at a Suriname, prime example, let's use Suriname. They have go their way and get all these players, but you don't get that level of players not doing the basic. Yeah, Surinamese legend Manzo, the coach. It's a work in progress. Yeah, Canada is a big step up, you know, under Jesse March for them to even get over Canada in a two-legged game. You understand? But you don't get that level of immature performances from the Suriname. You get more of players having a structure. They want to play for Suriname. They're playing for each other. Yes, the quality might not be there as all they are, you know, Reggae Boyz, you know, you're talking about the how much years have we having these players together. How much years now we have these players together? We played in a Gold Cup, we played in a Copa America, we played in a Nations League. That's 3 tournaments already. Gold Cup and Copa America, that summer tournament. These players are together. Every time when I hear these players, it's a good, the vibe is good around the camp. Bro, we need the vibe to good on the field, bro. Every time, the vibe is good. The vibe is good in the squad. Even, you know, Joe Latibody did an interview, you know, that's going to drop to more people. Look out for the morning insider. You know, very interested for the way Joe Latibody is talking about, you know, his time, I know, playing for the national team and, playing club football, the journey of traveling across the Atlantic. But, when you see different teams, Daniel, it just doesn't look like this. Even an Asian team that played in the last World Cup have foreigners in that team. It just don't look as this bad as our team. Even if you go to British Virgin Island or British, those countries, Grenada, Barbados, some of those countries have importing players. They don't look as bad as this. The quality, we have higher quality than them. But when those players come over from the UK to play for the other lesser Caribbean Islands team, they don't look as disinterested. It doesn't look like that. So what is this? And you have to laugh because I'm gonna say it again. Every time when the man come, man want party. Why, Daniel?
The thing serious at all.
I don't know, man. Why? What is it like? Look, it happened and so people have to start lose. They have to start lose something from going out and having these nightly sessions and all of that, Daniel. It have to stop. But how it going to stop?
So tell me, say the JFF can ban players from leaving the hotel before games.
Of course.
So why they don't do it?
I have to King Alarm police for watching the entrance and the back gate and the window them. And the hotel
I really don't think we should be babying grown man.
We should be doing that either.
We should not. The JFF should not be have to be babysit big man, big international players, professional players. You get me? This is like, come on. You have a game a morning,
Man, sir, have to fix the field. Everybody come and beat up on the field.
So some always say, yo, boy, Jamaica field bad, But why when other team come play? USA was playing with us on the field. They were knocking the ball. You see before that goal, that Pepe score, they passed so many passes before they scored that goal.
The Pepe goal, yeah.
So why our players that train on that field cannot play football on that field? I mean, I understand that. You get me? Our own players cannot play on the own field. I don't get that, man. It's ridiculous.
That
JFF leave the discipline up to the coach. Then the coach need to get beaten then too.
I think players should be.
No, I don't think we should, but I think we have to. Because them players are not gonna listen. Them players are not gonna do the right thing then. So if you give a man say, all right then, I'm gonna leave it up to you, you will be disciplined. But if the man not be disciplined, what you do then? You have to take it in your hand and say, here what? No man will leave the place. We have a match a man in. I saw you have to do it. If a man don't want to be disciplined, then you have to discipline him. I saw it going.
How would we go about the discipline of player on international duty?
Tell a man say if a man leave the hotel and never gonna get back call up for the national team. I saw you have to be ruthless. If you leave the hotel, you're not gonna get back call back from the team. And that's it. You're gonna get sent home.
I give you an example.
You see me? Yeah. Jamaica we're not disciplined. We'll still want to do one thing.
Probably, people that who familiar or watch the rest of the CONCACAF, maybe the way I listen, maybe Danny Jed probably would know, our show curtain boss probably would know. Honduras have 3 top players in their rank. Luis Palma for Celtic. Kyoto played in the Saudi Pro League. I don't know if Ellis is in the MLS, but Ellis is probably in it right now recovering from an ACL. Those 3 players are Honduras top players right now. Yeah, right now. And probably one more, Anthony Choco Lozano, the striker, the captain, played for Santos Laguna in the Liga MX. Maybe Maldonado played in Hungary, probably. But the three best players right now, probably alongside Anthony. We leave out Anthony, the captain, leave out. But Luis Palma, Kyoto, and Ellis. Those three players. Palmer got left out last window because of discipline issue of what he have done in camp and lack of form for Celtic, lack of game time under Brandon Rodgers at Celtic. Ellis, as said, recovering from a nasty ACL injury. Kyoto. You know why Kyoto is not playing for Honduras, Daniel?
Yeah.
Kyoto, last Nations League quarterfinal, got called up for Honduras. Yeah? I've said this multiple times here. In wife birthday is days away before they play Mexico in San Pedro Sula last year in the same quarterfinal of the Nations League. Kyoto sneak out of camp and travel upon a private island in Honduras, where his wife is having that party. And Ronaldo Rueda, at the time, that was his third window in his managerial career for the second stint for Honduras. That player never see back the national team, and he's one of Honduras' best player. He's one of Honduras' best attacking player. And he have never seen that jersey again because he sneak out and go to his wife party. And the manager found out, and he never played in the first leg. And from that called up until now, Kyoto have never seen the Honduras selection team from then. So, I then think that we have to do. That is a Colombian coach. That is not a Honduran coach. That is a Colombian coach.
You have to set example.
Luis Palma having a poor run of games. And guess what? The games, the decisive games, Daniel, against Jamaica, where he need to qualify in Kingston, and against Nicaragua, he left out one of his most high-profile players, which was Luis Palma. Yeah, because of lack of game time at Celtic and lack of discipline around the camp. And he left him out and make a statement. And what Luis Palma did, came off the bench against Mexico at home and scored 2 goals. Yeah, the baller started crying. And he came out and said he will never do that again. And he apologized to the nation and he apologized to the Colombian coach. So, he have learned his lesson. But Kyoto, I've never seen the jersey again, Daniel, because he sneak out of camp. These are the things and these are the measures that we have to take. If it are going to be military standard, fine. But if man want to be like this, no more. Daniel, I'd rather lose it 18 and 17-year-olds than losing this fashion of style. It's disgusting. Brother, the man them are taunt us in the stadium. These white boys behind of us, we're calling they're just saying BBC and a Marcos. Don't go back home, go eat jerk chicken and red stripe beer. And them think them man them are sing. One time the man them start sing the BBC word, brother. Jose Altidore did it. I beat Jump. I sing the BBC, brother. And man them are Marcos. After the man them say, can we make it here? That was the song. So I'm just saying, if coaches like those can discipline those high-profile players for those national teams, bro, we need to do something here. It's something need to be done. And guess what? This result came the best time where December, January, February, March, we have around 3.5 months before a ball kicking at international again for us. You understand? So the coach has to look back and the coach have to look where the mistakes what Alf Rimson made. Yeah, you can't be. You see with these Jamaican players, as much as I want to be a good man management and want to be the best friend, you cannot be their best friend. That's the one thing that I see with these players. You cannot be their best friend. It's just not going to work. These players will be their best friend, they will turn around and stab you in your back. This is what these players it's like they will never fight for the manager. And when it comes down to international football, a player must not fight for a manager. A player, the country come first, brother. So if we have players who are sneak out, that means they don't respect our country, brother. So they see the man there. The man need to start left out, and I don't care if it's a Blake, I don't care if it's a Nanalo, I don't care who it is, I don't care if it was Pinnock. You know, I've done it in the past. I don't care. It's who. Discipline is discipline. When you come on national duty, this is time to fight for the nation. Jamaica people deserve better. What the people them get in the last 2 Yeah, the people them giving the last 3 home games, Daniel. The man them deserve better down there. No goals, Daniel, in the Nations League at home. That's ridiculous. You think Mexico could have done that at the Azteca or in Toluca with the rest of the day? You're crazy.
Problem.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Stone off, I feel.
You know, so I mean, it just things need to be better, brother. We cannot be these players cannot be your best friend, brother. Me realize it now. Maybe I say, yo, Al Grimson, maybe my try different tactics, a little tweak, you know, but me see why Tapa use local player. Me see why use some local players.
Yeah, because I feel like local player with more.
Tapa. And them man they ride and die for Tapa.
Yeah.
You understand? But the man, oh my, the man not ride and die for nobody else, brother. The man ride and die for party. You understand? But you know, I don't know if you have anything else to say regarding this. You know, we move on. If you have anything that you want to touch on around the national team?
Nah, I think we cover everything so far.
Yeah. But let's see what the comment section, you know, show a curtain and say, yo, you know, Honduras, that's even if I can't, you know, the computer is such a distance and the want to make sure that we get through some of, you know, so this is it, you know, where you show a curtain and say, yo, Honduras. I say, oh, Conrad Smith, we have an entertainment and track and field foundation and culture. Yo, that's why I big up everybody, man. That's why I big up everybody. You know, local players are always hunger and willing to make sacrifice to the end. I have always, but you know, local always got.
Look, but what are RN? But the fans them I got beat the local players.
you know,
crazy. Well, me not include me. Cause me always want to get local players. But
no, it should be a mixture.
The problem is they want to beat the local players. They beat the local players more than how they beat the players from overseas.
Yeah.
You see what I say? Oh, the local players them not ready. Jamaica League not ready. You see what I say? So we'll go for foreigners. I was still not getting a performance. We're still not getting a result. We're still not winning a Gold Cup. You get me? So I don't know. Just like the man I beat Maggie. So Maggie are playing at USL. Maggie not ready.
Yeah, that's that. No.
Is it me I say? So you know.
I don't think with Maggie playing in the USL is it affect, because when you look on El Salvador and some of these, you know, players that play locally, you know, in their country, Nicaragua, these players, you know, Nicaragua is not the best of the best league in Central America. You understand? You know, when you look Honduras, you know, is a big step up, you know, in terms of compare those two club leagues together. You know, Mexico is that juggernaut, you know, when you look over here and, you know, the US, MLS, but those countries, Panama can pick local players, you know, El Salvador can pick local players. Honduras, more than 80% of that squad is local players. Nicaragua, local squad. El Salvador, local squad. You know, but these players, the quality that they can match up when they play against Mexico is far from what we have been achieving over the last few years with these sets of players. So as Wayne say, yo, local, in a short curtain about the local or foreign, we have to fix the granting a scheme in this system. The thing, something have to fix. It's not just the players, it's not just JFF, it's not just the coach. There's a virus in Jamaica football. Yeah, the setup, there's a virus there. And that virus needs to get removed. If it's a surgery need to done, where it's going to take a couple of years, you know, for us to treat that virus and, you know, for that virus can remove out of the system. But there's that virus and that virus need to change, because I'm going to say this, Daniel. Mason Greenwood right now is not the answer. Mason Greenwood have quality. He will add to our squad. He will do brilliant. He will probably perform individually good over a lot of these players, but Mason Greenwood is not really the answer. The answer is that virus. That virus needs to get cured. It no matter who we bring, brother. It no matter who we bring coming in, so if Mason Greenwood walk to that door and come to that airport and say Leon Bailey a walk, he might go walk to, because Mason Greenwood have him and Roberto De Zerbi have the same issue right now in Marseille, which it's getting better. We done a press conference against the game that he have done against Lens. He said is off the field work is getting better. Is on the field of working off the ball is getting better. But Mason have the same issue with Marseille coach. So if he walk to the door and playing for Reggae Boyz and see them agree, see Leon Bailey, these two players that probably he said, okay, these players are top quality, not doing the basic, brother. He might go like, okay, this is how we roll, then okay, this is how we're gonna roll. So right now, without our with Mason, he's not really the proper answer, because he's gonna come in and just win with 2 games. But again, we just have to continue to struggle when it comes to the big games. So Mason is just not the answer right now. The answer is more than and bigger than Mason. Green.
Yeah.
You know, but let me pull up this book. I'm off it. Moving on, you know. But Daniel, people, look, that this is the end of the Reggae Boy segment. It has, you know, this show is different topics. You understand, different topics. You know, we shift right across the globe and talk about football. So we're just going to spend the last probably 15 minutes or so recapping the EPL. You understand? So, Daniel, how are really going over the Blue Moon? I'm gonna say the bossman or the postman jumping and turn them back behind the game again. And what happened? What really happened? 2 defeats from Spurs in the last 5 games. 5 defeats, right? Full of right after the back of a 2-year contract. Him say, yo, losing 4 games on the bounce, make the man come back and sign a contract like he's have unfinished business to do.
Yeah.
Like, this is the same thing that we're just coming off our topic with the Reggae Boyz. This is not just a Roger problem. This is a Manchester City problem. We seen a manager. The game that they lost before the international break, was it Bournemouth?
Who they played before the international break?
I think they lost the game. Well,
last somebody, man. I think. Oh, Bournemouth.
But the last post game show that, you know, Pep Guardiola did, where you're talking about, you know, I have to go back, you know, revitalize back in his mind, you know,
Brighton.
just Brighton. Yeah, Brighton, where they lost to Brighton. He's going back home to his family, see his kids. Before he signed that contract, I Pep Guardiola look like he's a man that he's broken inside. You understand? He has broken inside.
You think he should walk away at that time, at that moment?
No, I'm not saying he should walk away at that time. He should probably maybe saying that this is my time is coming to an end. You understand? But talk about this game, you know, the Spurs game, that the first 15 minutes of that game, Daniel, I said Spurs going to win the game. Why? The benchmark of strong home team in the Premier League right now is City and Liverpool. When you go to City and Liverpool and start to win the first ball, the second ball, the third ball, the individual duels, yeah, when you start to run more, when you start to sprint more, when you want it more than the home team.
Yeah.
You said City is up for a fight in this game. Yes, City over the last 5 games, you know, I think they missed a penalty in the Sporting Lisbon game. You know, Erling Haaland kept missing goals after goals. They're creating opportunities. You know, they're creating opportunities to get something from the game. If they put away the opportunity in the Sporting Lisbon game, they could have easily win that game. You know, the Bournemouth game, they could have won that on the South Coast. They could have won the 2 games that they played on the South Coast, Brighton and Bournemouth. They could have won those games, but They're not putting away the opportunities. But there's something that you have never seen with a Pep Guardiola team. No passion. Would you ever go back into the Barcelona team, the Bayern Munich team, or previous years of Manchester City? Even when they lose in games, not at this fashion where they look disinterested all over the pitch, clueless.
Yeah. I think it's a. I think it's a mod. I think to me, I think it's a motivate problem. I think Man City have been one of the most successful team over the past couple of years. They have
Yeah,
won everything. They won Champions League, they won the Premier League so many times, and the players is getting old. You get me? Like half of the team is in their 30s. Gundogan come back. He's not the same Gundogan that left and went to Barca. You get me? Kevin De Bruyne constantly getting injured. You get what I'm saying? They're missing one. They're missing their best player. He's out for the season. You get what I'm saying? And I just think that the team is getting old, and they're basically doing the same thing over and over and over. And we know football. Football team call up, team catch up on you. You get what I'm saying? Team catch up on you. And I think remember at the end when when Pep leave Barca, remember it was going like that. He got stale. You get
yeah,
what I'm saying? And teams start to find him out. At the end at Bayern Munich, he got stale. You get what I'm saying? So is it this the time where Pep should have said, you know what? I'm do a lot. It's time to walk away. And I think do I write them off completely? No, I
mhm,
don't. I don't, but I feel like I don't think they have. You remember every year when they used to say, "Yo, people say, yo, them are come back, them are win at least 5 game back to back." I don't think they have it in them this season. I think this is the year someone else will win the Premier League. You get what I'm saying? I think the team is just getting old, declining, and not most of the team in their 30s. Go
yeah,
check it. The
yeah,
age is a very aging squad, and I even if Roger did it, I still think they would have something like this season. I personally think so.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't, as you said, you don't think
Not
it's just a Roger thing.
a Roger problem, Danny. I just
It's
don't think so.
not.
No.
Because they're not scoring a goal.
No,
They're not scoring a
they creating opportunities, but it's not that as But Daniel, I've Ball Pre TV, is going to join us with the Premier League chat. You understand? So I'm going to add him.
You have 10,
Yeah, man. Yeah, good man.
Yeah, you have 10.
1 second. He's remove that. But yeah, but when him jump on, we talk about. But yeah, Daniel. But it's not just a Rodri problem. This is
No.
a problem where teams now finding out the issue that this team is defending so narrow, Daniel, so narrow, where teams are playing so wide. When you look at Jungmin Son, Kulikevsky, David, Solanke, these players have all won those battles on the day against Manchester City, against their defense. Gaviol, he just couldn't match up to Kulikevsky.
Yeah.
Your owner German, Timo Werner, he came on and just breezed past. I have never seen Kyle Walker beaten so easy in games. So I'm saying it's something that there is something is happening where it's just not clicking at Manchester City at this moment. It's just not clicking. Something is not clicking where Pep Guardiola need to find that formula. He need to find back that where the players, and again, people would say, the players are getting old, the Kovacic, the Gundogan, the Kevin De Bruyne, they're not performing at that high level where they once was in their prime. You understand? Even the Gundogan, what he have did in the tail end before he left off to Barcelona, it's superb. Kevin De Bruyne, inches after inches for international and club football. Then he just cannot stay fit anymore.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, Phil Foden, it's haven't been a good season so far for club and country for Phil Foden. Even in the Euros, he has been absolutely a disaster for England. Where is that Phil Foden farm? All gone. And I'm going to say this, Daniel. A City team, right? When you look at a City team, they are sold Sterling, Mahrez, Julian Alvarez, all these players, Leroy Sané, some of the best players in that season. They get move on to the next club. Is it that is really catching up on them where they're selling their best players in that past season in the summer?
Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer, Liam Delap, Cole Palmer and Liam Delap have been probably two most top performer in the Premier League that coming from the academy.
Yeah. I think Pep ego kind of cost him a little bit because Pep is a man, you knock on the door and say, yo, Pep more and more game, and Pep say, yo, it's my way, you can go on.
Yeah.
You see me? And I think ego-wise, it kind of cost him over the years. You get what I'm saying? And I don't think he's still a top coach. If there's any coach that I would ever say could turn it around, is Pep. You get me? But I just think this season, they're off it, man. They're going to get that. Much last they gone so far. They have some more last to get.
Yeah,
remember?
They play
Liverpool.
15.
They have Liverpool next week. They still gotta go to the Emirates.
They played United December the 15th.
Old Trafford?
No, Etihad. It doesn't matter where they play right now.
It doesn't matter, no?
It doesn't matter where they play right now. You understand? But we have Ballplay TV to come discuss what go on because his team has been flying on top of the Premier League, on top of the Champions League. You understand? All over. You understand? All over. But I don't know if 1 second, Daniel. You hear me?
Yeah. Me I hear. You hear me?
Yeah, me I hear, but more bring up on the screen. Hold on. Yeah.
Bless up, Nikada. Bless up, Dan. Bless up on yourself. What go on.
First time. Bless up yourself.
And
give thanks for having me.
Yeah.
We
appreciate it, Really appreciate it. But
we see the great work one do, man. We see the great work one do go and put in the work here. I don't know. We have to show some strength as usual, because I don't know unity as strength. I keep on a push that. That me a push in the community, bro. Unity in the community. But yeah, my team, boy, today, the man them give me a scare today. But I think the referee just try to make it interesting.
But King, hold on. But before you go over, to the Reds, and you'll have like 5 minutes, I want to hear your takes on the City, 5 last 2 times already against this Spurs team that's been inconsistent. Last to Sporting Lisbon, Bournemouth, and Brighton. It just can't be this Roger problem, King.
So Dan, we say Reggie a tight pan, one ball done.
No, that's not his take. He says it's a collective of different stuff.
Okay, yeah, and would agree. All right, so for me, I think Pep Guardiola time on Roger. I think him system. Roger's importance to any system. I'm not going to talk about only Pep Guardiola system, but Roger's importance to any system.
Yeah.
You can see he's a Ballon d'Or player. People might say, him now win the Ballon d'Or fairly, Vinny should have get it, but he's a Ballon d'Or level player. So if you never say Roger, if you say Vinny forget it, Roger the next, just to show the caliber of the player. Roger is one of one. You get me? So me understand why a Pep Guardiola would have built them system around a Roger. Now, with that said, this is what happens when you build a system around one player. You get me? And we can't even say Pep not try for buy a replacement or backup for Roger. We see them try with Calvin Phillips. We see him try with a few central midfielders. But Roger one of one. So now, what Pep have to do now, him have to reinvent Wema do now. Him try him inverted fullback them that really no cut it, because last game him start buying back Gundogan, just show you, say,
desperate.
It's like, them a scramble.
Yeah, desperate. That
is the word, desperation, because them realize, say, but I don't know, I'm asked a few City fans the other day, say, why would not spend the money? Because City start this thing and splash the cash.
Yeah.
So how comes the cash now splash again? I don't know if the 115 charges should them be investigated.
Yeah. You don't
But
think with him signing an extra 2 year that will go over a FIFA World Cup date, they would probably like, hey, sign this 2 year, we will give you some cash in the January window and also in the summer window as well.
well, the thing is, as I say, I don't know if it dependent on what go on with them case
Yeah.
because it's unusual. City not really spend the money again from what they. I think for the last 4 transfer window, if you really check them last 4 transfer window business, they have been even selling more. They must sell them youngsters, them, they deal up them, the whole of them players, them, they must sell them more than all City usually.
Serge Gomez, right? The Spaniard. They Serge
Yeah,
Real
a
so
few players.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if for them situation.
I think more. I think why Pep sign a contract. I think it's more to settle down the dressing room because if you have a manager where have 1 year spanning contract as a player, you look over your shoulder and say, "I wonder if I'm gonna live." You get what I'm saying? And then as far as that kind of settle on the dressing room a little bit, give it a little bit more stable. So when him sign a contract, the players them can understand. All right, I'm gonna go there. You get me? I feel confident that the coach is gonna be here. Because if you never have a contract now, then you don't know if you're gonna stay at City. Because most players go to City because of Pep. Because let's be, even though City will be winning trophy over the couple of years, I still don't consider them as the elite like Chelsea, United, Liverpool, Arsenal. You get me? Like when City win Champions League, nobody talk about City like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see what I say? So I think Pep is massive. So when him sign a contract there, you just to put a little stability around the club and stuff like that,
Yeah. But yeah, want to move on from City. Daniel, your takes on Chelsea, because after this, you can chat along and then me and King can cut up the rest of the EPL, but you beaten Leicester City, over the weekend. You are the team that fire Steve Cooper, the man who brought in Bobby Reed, his first signing after summer for Leicester City, where Steve Cooper said, look, Bobby Reed, can challenge for multiple different position. Bobby Reed said he sold him the plan. Now you took away Bobby Reed, godfather from the club, but where Chelsea go from here because you're right up there, Daniel. Chelsea is right up there. What is it? 9 points? They behind the leaders. You're right.
Points.
You say Chelsea's at top 4, or you just know that look, the top 4 is where you belong, where you just want to get back into Champions League.
Yeah, just Champions League. If we're able to stay consistent and if second place is there to grab if City keep on messing up on Arsenal, not be consistent. But as far as Chelsea right now, just a slow burner. Just get back Champions League back at Stamford Bridge. That's the main thing. You get me? I don't care about. I rather Liverpool win the league. I like Arsenal, so Liverpool can win the league comfortably, like no problem. You get me? And then City, I do not want City to win the league so many years back to back. That does not look good for the league. You get what I'm saying? The league look like a bush league now, like a farmers league. You get me? So it needs to be competitive. You get what I'm saying? For another team to win it. So Chelsea, just keep doing your thing, just keep working hard. The young players is getting better and better. No problem. And Liverpool too. Liverpool, I know that Southampton was gonna give them a problem, but my God, Southampton, they need to get rid of that coach because I don't know why so many teams are so obsessed with playing the football from the back. I mean, I get that. Like sometimes just kick for the ball. I get this. I understand that when it work. Because when you break that line, when the team are press on it to you and you break that line, you basically attacking the opposite team back line. But my God, when they get it wrong, man, they get it wrong. Just kick with the ball, G. You don't know. You don't know.
You have a striker, Nicholas Jackson. I want to get in as well with Nicholas Jackson. I don't remember, but Nicholas Jackson, right? Actually, I think in his last all of his away games that he have played in English Premier League, he have 5 goals, 2 assists, and 7 goals involvement. Best striker in the Premier League when it comes down to playing and in away games. You know, because I remember the end of last season, you said, look, he will come good, just like how Adidie Jagba started out his career at Stamford Bridge under Jose Mourinho. Now we've seen that Nicholas Jackson, you know, Maresca have been praising him highly. Press conference after press conference, you know, he's running off the shoulder, he's running off the ball. It's been immaculate more and more. You know, he's proving that he is a number 9 at Stamford Bridge. And they have been looking for someone like that, you know, lead them to the Premier League. Diego Costa did. You know, you think Nicholas Jackson is that work in progress that will get better gradually over the years coming?
I think he's the best striker behind Haaland in the Premier League. I think his all-round game, and don't get it, not just the scoring. His all-round game is on a different level compared to to me. His all-round game is better than Haaland. Like come deep, turn with the ball, run with the ball, assist. Look at that ball he gave Madueke yesterday with his left foot. You get what I'm saying? So he's improving. You know, I told you last season this kid will come good. You know, he just have to get that confident and able to work on his finishing. And his finishing is coming. He scored Liverpool. You know, that was a brilliant finish. You know, you get what I'm saying? Remember that goal he scored against West Ham with his outs inside out? Yeah. That was a good goal. You know, so the kid is working. He just have to stay humble and just keep doing his thing. I think he will get there. You know?
Yeah. So yo, Daniel, you know, I know you have to go, you know, respect, you know, your input and everything. You don't know if you can speed out, you know, the rest of it, me and King, you know, can chop it up. You understand?
Yeah, man. Bless up yourself, you see me, G?
Big up, Dan. Big up.
Man.
Yeah, but if you want my take on Chelsea
Yeah,
as well.
man. You want to talk before Chelsea?
You know, can you bring up Chelsea, so
yeah.
Can I give my 2 cents on Chelsea like I bring up Chelsea? Because I don't know which part are they? You talk about City.
City are the first one. City are the first game. So, but we are going to talk about Chelsea a little bit later, but because, you know, Daniel...
No, but are you remember say I'm here as a guest, bro. I'm tired of moderating.
That's why I get what this thing, yeah. But...
Yeah. But, bro, while I get started out, bro, excellent work, Wadia. Not only Wadia, excellent work. Even the morning inside that, bro.
Yeah.
The work, and we see the work, and from we see the work, we have to say big up. You get me? I say,
you don't know. I think yesterday me and Daniel did a talk to, you know, where I say, you know, now we're moving forward, you know. I think Francis came on, I think a couple of weeks ago before the international break, I say, yo, we have to start work with more YouTubers, you know. And yeah, I agree because look, I do want to show me and him do the Nick and that podcast, so we have to try to work out things, you know, as a partner. You understand? So we have to say, yo, we need to start get some more, you know, YouTubers out there, and you know, because we've been saying, look at how the rest of space around the world, these guys come together. You understand? So we want to start adding people to the show, you know, make people come in and the input, even introduce people to come in and talk about the Reggae Boyz segment, because our podcast is not just basically the Reggae Boyz. You know, we talk about the EPL. You know, our starters topics are the Bundesliga, La Liga, French League, and Italian Serie A, and the Reggae Girlz as well. We always make sure that, you know, it's a multi-show with different topics to talk about football, is it? So that's how we want to introduce people to say, then you as a Liverpool man, you know, you come in and give your takes in the EPL segment and also the Reggae Boyz segment, you understand? But we want to start bring people on the show, you understand? We want to start bring people on the show, and, you know, thanks, you know, for hitting me up. I saw that message late. you know,
I pack up everything, you know, in my bag. I just go and listen it and say, all right, I go and listen it and drive across. You see me? I said, no, all right, they send me a long time for come bless up the show, said we. But yeah, man, but I don't know, I love alone. As me I say, one thing we have to say before we move on this. Bro, we have to reinvent the wheel. As I tell you, as you can see, the man them they will do this real way. The man them will eat real food after this and I make it big. You see the man, you see the whole of them collaborate, bro. You get me? I say so. I just we alone, we have to find out, say, and everybody energy, I can match your energy. I just say, but then when you find which energy work for you just have to know what work for you and what work with you. And you have to look for good, real people who are the real things, bro. You see me? Yeah. And as I tell you, get up and morning inside there, listen, morning inside there, you get me myself to know, say, yo, are you that I will see the growth, bro? And myself, because you don't know me, I'm like a YouTuber. So. But yeah, bro, it's a joy. It's a joy. And then the thing with you as well is like you know your stuff, bro. And not only because you play the ball game, you know the ball game, you know, so you know it inside out. You get me? I say,
Yeah.
you know, so you know your stuff, and just just try talk for talk's sake. So yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but when you're ready, man, we can move forward the show. But you don't know people after that bless up your
No,
publicly. You get me? I say?
this is something that been coming in a longer pipeline. You know what I say? Also would like to work with Jay Seguna. You know, his intellect is superb, man. You know, this
Good,
guy.
man.
You know,
Excellent. Jay Seguna, excellent, man.
when I listen to Jay Seguna, his late night show, I know he break down the game. It's second to none, man. Everybody in the space of them strongest point and the weakest point. So you see, like if your point might not be the strongest point of breaking the game tactical, like how him do it, your strength, you know, will back up what you good at. Me, my diversity of knowing around the CONCACAF region and can bring in my input. You get what I mean? So everybody have them strength.
And I'm glad they bring up Jay Seguna and know say Fire, because Fire really my co-host, like we have done. Fire really who give me that strength. And what do you me I listen to Jay Seguna? I say, yo, Fire, Jay Seguna so knowledgeable, and I say, yo, him father. I think father was part. Me not even did realize him father was the JFF president before or something like that. I don't know who him father, because I guess me need to go back up. So me I said that you are very knowledgeable. But I'm glad you bring him up because
no, man,
very impressive stuff. Very, very impressive. You have some man that do them thing in the space too. You get me? I say, hold up, man.
You know,
Unseen Beard on the game excellent as well. Like yeah, coaches. So you know the man them do them thing as I say. I just feel who connect with you and who you can, as I tell you, energy matches the right way. It have to come natural to you. You get me? I say I just part of it. But me not afraid for reach out. Just say I reach out to you. Just done the show and I say, all right, a long time for do this.
Yeah.
You see me? So me just say, you know what, the opportunity there, jump on and strength there and even give my take on your show, the big bad show. You see me? But the morning insider, bro.
Yeah. One day we're gonna chop up the morning insider, man. I want to see the morning insider. I did 3 AM and 4 AM video they do.
Me ever hear you say it. Me ever hear you say it. I mean,
the last minute forget make sure see me research the last piece of information out to the web.
You don't know what that remind me of. Yo, this coming like a podcast, but I love this. But you know what that remind me of? You remember when I used to get the newspaper, them come not the man, you know, so the newspaper, them are usually at 3 o'clock, them write them news for the last thing for go overnight.
Man.
Man.
Never interview for the 11 o'clock tonight with Eddie, you know, he's like Mexican, Nicaraguan. He's a journalist in CONCACAF, Central America, mostly dedicated. He's a YouTuber as well, but he do journalist work with different various companies around Central America, and he's doing that, you know, on my channel and morning insider later. So we're going to chop up that around 12 AM tonight. You understand? I think he based in New Jersey, you know. So yeah, you know, but yeah, man, everybody had them thing. But yeah, back to what we are saying on King. You know, since we're on Chelsea, you know, just give your takes on, you know, Maresca being that man coming from Leicester from the championship. You understand? Knowing that not how much club in EPL would go like, he just got promoted with Leicester City in the championship to come and coach. Roman Abramovich will never do something like this. With all of the big that walk to the door. But they have changed the profile, the philosophy, the morals, and he have set his mark like you will not be in the squad. He came in and be ruthless. And Chelsea is right up there in the top 4. You know, probably, you know, to seeing Chelsea is doing really well in Maresca.
All right, so for me as a Liverpool fan, you see, other than Man U and City,
yeah,
me not really mind the big team them do well, you know, because it only goes well for the league. I can't tell you that personally. I'm very biased against Man U and City. Everton, me just not like Everton, period. But guess what? When a good Chelsea there, and a good Chelsea in the league, it only make the league better. Arsenal the same, Tottenham the same, etc. You get me? I say, but on Maresca and Chelsea specifically, Maresca is not a coach where me know a lot. So apparently, when time I go do my research on him,
yeah.
You never know. Yeah, when we got more research and I'm like, well, on a pep boy, people say a pep boy, him come under pep and yes, he say him learn from that school there. So that's a very interesting thing where you find out when you start finding out about him. And that he was a farmer player as well. Unfortunately or fortunately this week, the 2-1 victory, the man him get him farmer coach sack, him farmer club coach sack.
The man that was successor.
You can't make this up. I don't think him feel good doing that. But
5 months in charge, win 2, draw 4, lose 6, 10 points. You cannot make this up.
Bro, you can't make this up, bro. Yeah, me just laugh. I said, Judge.
Agent Bobby Reid. It's but wait, cause look, this is what he said about Bobby Reid. You know, Bobby Reid will provide competition for places, and Bobby Reid go on and said, you know, Steve Cooper was clear about what he wanted and what he saw in me. You know, Bobby Dacover said that Cooper believed in him and that was a perfect fit for him. You know, this man is out through the door at the King Power Stadium. You know, Bobby Reid, you know, the man that we brought in there, you know. What do you think, you know, a player would probably be thinking like the coach that brought me in, I still have a 2.5 year contract left with this club. You know, where will it be? Because I heard that David Moyes will be the next man in charge. He's a clear favorite at this moment. Bobby Reid and David Moyes, you see the same system, they can work together?
Yeah, all right. So hold on. So the positive is, can I share the stream to some groups as well, because I share the stream on my platform as well. Can't forget to do that. As me join. So, all right. So here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Bobby Reid wasn't getting enough game time under the current coach, regardless. So I don't think you can look at it as a negative per se, because really and truly, the coach are bringing him in, but if the same coach are bringing him and him still not get the game time where I think Bobby Reid get more game time than he has been getting, right? So the mere fact that he wasn't getting the game time before, I don't think there is a lose situation happening right now. Now, what interesting about this is that you see Marketeer and you see that you new youth. I don't even know the youth. William, Kane.
I know you're talking, but I don't know much about him.
Canos. It seems like a Moroccan, right? So the thing with this is that them big, you see them Fatah went down injured, and I think Fatah is out for the season. So I say, all right, Fatah is out for the season. A winger spot is open up, and then you see say Bobby Reid still never start. You wonder what really go on, but then again, remember, say the coach did say Bobby Reid come off an injury as well, so we might not know if he wasn't fully fit to start. But Marketeer and the Canos youth, those aren't the regular starters. The regular starters are Mavidi and the youth were injured out for the season. The Fatah youth. So it just show you say them man didn't start and him still never start. So one you might think say him come off an injury and injury affect him, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a really strange one to know that, you know, he brought in, you know, Bobby Reid from Fulham as a free agent. Someone that have been playing, you know, consistent for Fulham over the years. You know, so I was hoping up for him to get at least a little bit more. But I knew that Bobby Reid wouldn't be that name brand player in that Leicester City squad that can knock on the door week and week out for a spot in 11. But at least he should have, at least with his standard that him have and is know about to get around the Premier League. And Bobby Reid have something that many coaches like, is hard work off the ball, is energy. You understand, to press teams. You know, so I was probably expecting for him to get a little bit more minutes on the pitch. You know, but we're going to move on. Arsenal.
Before you move on, because you touch on two things on Chelsea, real quick. Let me get this. Right, so me, I've been to tell people about Nicholas Jackson, because Nicholas Jackson actually, before Chelsea bought him, he had one of the hottest streaks in Europe. Like at the back end of the season at La Liga that year, like he had so much goals in the back end of the season. So me did start watching him, and then I noticed him game play, not only the goals that he must score. So me didn't know Nicholas Jackson is a real good striker. So why am I do now not surprise me? People that compare him with Darwin Núñez, because I guess the big chance is missed. But as you can see, one is a natural footballer, one is a athlete. Because Darren Núñez, excellent athlete in terms of all him capabilities, them ability, left foot, right foot, aerial prowess, big, strong, fast, whatever.
Yeah.
But Jackson is just a footballer, born footballer, technical footballer, touch player.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference right there. So and on this Maresca thing that you say rootlessness, him coming in and putting Fernandez on the bench, and it's so ironic say Fernandez come star in this game with a goal and assist. You get me? I say you have to make the players them hungry again. So Maresca, you can see say he must stamp him class on the team, rootless as you say, and a lot of coaches that really. You can't put a $100 million player, even though Chelsea have a lot of $100 million players.
World Cup winner.
The big World Cup winner is a rough bench.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So, he might do great and him fix the defense as well in a way. Him still a concede and find the balance because you see Joao Felix actually got a start. Want to see some more, him say Joao Felix and Palmer can actually dip on the field one time as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I love that what he did with Enzo because they played a conference game, I think, a couple Thursdays ago against a team. I don't know where they come from. I think they named Noah, where he won 8-0 at Stamford Bridge. You know, Enzo, I think, a hat-trick of assists in that game, only played 45 minutes. You know, so he's building up that hunger. And you know what the thing too? Even with your number 9, you know, with Núñez, when you do stuff like this with South Americans, they will react. Not the negative way off the pitch, but they will react with their performances on the pitch. And this is what we want to see with the younger version of players right across the board, even for our own. You understand? The Reggae Boyz players. When something like this happens, don't just be up in your shell and act like one look skettle girl. You understand what I'm saying, brother? You need to react on the pitch with performances. You know, so it's good to see that Enzo, he's a leader. He's a top player for Argentina. One of the best in that World Cup as well. You know, but we're going to move on though. I'm going to talk about, you know, Arsenal. You know, what we saw, you know, Arsenal, you know, their first win at home since October 5 against Southampton. You know, they played away next in the Champions League for Ruben Amorim former team Sporting Lisbon. But you surprised it took this long for them to even get back a win? You know what? October 5, the 5th of October against Southampton, that was their last Premier League home win before this game.
So put in the context, you know, Nick, because I look at it right now as we speak. So the game, I just one game them draw really, another game. So them last 3 Premier League games was Southampton, Liverpool, and then this game, you know. So it seemed long because they have been playing on the road. But really and truly, that's the one draw in between. And the draw is no shame. We them draw to Liverpool. Yeah. So it seems long because they have been playing a lot of games on the road though. But for me, it was a tricky game. Nottingham Forest, guys, as you can see, Nottingham Forest is flying in the league. I think they were like in the top 4 before this weekend, if I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing
is, they tie points with someone in the 4th position.
Yeah, so they have been flying all season. Them beat we at home. Them beat we Liverpool at home 1-0. So I was saying that it was a tricky game, but as usual, Arsenal look like them find back them best. Them get back Odegaard in the starting lineup. Yes. And Odegaard, to me, are the most important player for Arsenal. I know Saka there, right there. Trust me. Saka, Odegaard, and but without Odegaard in this team, it's a total different team. Them not create as much, them not control the game as much. So they really put this Nottingham Forest banana skin game to bed. Like them put it away so easily. A 3-0 victory.
And Gibbs White is yet to get back into the team as well. You know, but one thing though, King, I saw in that lineup, I was looking for the New Zealand, you know, Chris Wood. You know, he played over the international break. He scored 5 goals over the international break. But, you know, he's coming from way down at one part in our world where he take it around.
But just reach.
Yeah, he understand, but he came off the bench. You know, he go with, I think, the Nigerian, but with the farm that he's in, you know, he have played 15 games, you know, scored 14 for club and country. That's his record so far, you know, for his career this season. But you think that maybe Chris would probably have bring a different mentality up front, bring a little bit more physicality of more direct, because we see Nuno when you look at Nuno for holes, it's more of a counter-attacking. Now he kind of changes ways to facilitate Chris would have getting the ball down the wing, get it into the box. But you think Wood would probably have done something better in the game and give Arsenal more in that defensive third?
Yeah, so definitely when you look at the game and you see Chris Wood not starting, not only because of his abilities, but the mere fact that he's on such a good vein of form. The game I say he's one of the hottest forward them in the whole league. So for not having him starting, that would have made the Arsenal defenders them life a bit more easier. Now the irony is, last season I thought Ione, former Liverpool forward, him at the forward start. I think he had an excellent season last season. I think a lot of things where Nottingham Forest did well came through him. But this season, you can see that this coach come in and him have a preference for Wood. And you can see that him step up and really and truly is like Chris Wood score every week. Chris Wood score, he can't do no wrong. So the most informed striker after he come off of the bench based on him travels and stuff. That kind of, I know the Arsenal players them lick them lips, man. Them have an easier day. Him presence, him physical presence should be similar, if not even more, because him seem like a bigger. Him seem like him just as big and strong, but
he's more of a touch player than a more physical player. You want the ball at his foot.
Yeah, probably that is it. But him still big and strong, but he just doesn't use him strength as much as Chris Wood. And again, Chris Wood got you a purple patch, and there's nothing like a baller and farm the confidence that will come from that. May I tell you, some ball will just fall to you because you just have that go on for you. And I don't think are the same with Ione. So Chris Wood was a major loss. In the game as well, as you say, Morgan Gibbs White as well, another major loss.
He will be back for the next game, I think. But I mean, when you look at this Forest team, this is Steve Cooper team, Remember, this is Steve Cooper team. Remember a few seasons when them just get promoted, they bought like 15, 16. They bought a whole squad.
20 players for one season, 21.
They bought a whole squad of players. And these are the crops of players now. Nuno came in and like, whoa. And everything just started. It's something like what Chelsea did. Maresca just come and say, hey, I have the glue. I have the formula. So Nuno is doing the exact same thing. 3 points, just last 3 games all season. So, Nottingham Forest, they are flying. You understand? They are flying. But I want to touch on, one more thing. Everton versus Ethan Pinnock. That game, I think the CDM for Brentford got a red card, but Everton playing up one man for more than 50% of the game and not managed to get a goal at home. I never hear your takes on Ethan Pinnock, being the most consistent player, and Thomas Frank seems like he is the man for him to always be in that back four or a back three, to be in a starting lineup. What's your takes though on Ethan Pinnock and his consistency under this Norwegian and a Danish coach?
So we see where the other day when Thomas Frank literally came and praised Ethan Pinnock. I think it was a dressing room, right? And he might make Ethan how important of a player he is. You can see them Monday from Ethan Pinnock fit starting lineup same time. Them Monday don't miss a beat. Ethan Pinnock is possibly, I would say Ethan Pinnock makes each Premier League squad. Probably not getting at the starting level of every Premier League team, but he makes every Premier League squad. So I think Ethan Pinnock is a very, 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 very excellent centre half, and I don't think we as Jamaica know the caliber of player we really have a play for it. And it just shows. It shows in terms of Brentford. No, Brentford are one of the meanest defense them in the league ever since. And I just know. You get me? I say Brentford, the man them will play FPL knows this, bro. You get me? I say you play FPL, Fantasy Premier League. So you say you have to have your Brentford players them in there are the keeper, because Brentford is known for a stingy defense. You get me? I say This season they have conceded a bit more than you'd
A bit
expect.
more than usual, yeah.
Yeah, but they have been scoring a lot more. So I don't know if the trade-off has been. Can remember say Brentford score the fastest goal back to back to back. I'll be a fast goal.
3 times do it. Think about three. Think about them do it against for sure against Ipswich and Spurs. And I don't is it they did it at City? I'm not sure if they I think they did it. I don't remember, but they did it one more time, but I think that's 3 times in a row they did it. But they have 2 strikers that are really looking to these players like, where can these players go? Mboimo and Wissa. Me and Daniel talk about these 2 players every week. It's a blessing in the sky for Ivan Toney to leave, to let these 2 players perform week. And they are so consistent. I think they have scored the first 8 goals for Brentford this season in the Premier League. So they have been consistently performing for Thomas Frank. But one more thing before we move on. But Brentford, though, you think, as you said, their main issues this season, they're scoring, but they're conceding. Because I remember a couple of seasons ago where they finished, I think, 8th, 1 spot behind a European spot. I think they conceded around 19 goals in the whole entire Premier League. So they're more of a team that don't concede. When they score 3, 4 goals on Brentford, you get away with something. You understand?
Yeah,
but I think if they can really map up that, they can probably push up the table a little bit more faster.
Yeah, I definitely think, especially the Liga that sees here.
Yeah.
I think you can look for them go up the table again. We expect them to be to concede less goals, and as you said, them 2 strikers there, Johan Wissa and Brian Mboimo. Bro, are some excellent strikers. Them there, excellent strikers. Them probably get a move next season. Funny enough, as you touch on them real quick, Wissa, say from last season, I know that Ivan Toney will not take nothing from him. But for me, Wissa is a more live wire in the box. You get me? I say he's more like an original number 9 than a Toney. Toney, all play excellent and him scoring penalty. Them a good bags, man. I'm not taking nothing from him. But Wissa is my type of forward. And his toes all the time. You get me? I say he runs them, never stop. Excellent finish. And Brian Mboimo with a left foot there. Special. Me earmark him as one player where can come be a Salah replacement if we ever lose a Salah, you get me? I say him one of them. Yeah, man, Salah, Mboimo, me earmark him, Mohamed Kudus, those 2 from the league. You get me? I say Leon Bailey, me I talk about profile players. Them 3 there from the league. I think profile well.
Would you do what like a United did with Robin van Persie and go for Bukayo Saka?
Yeah, but Saka not come. Saka, not realistic. Right now, if Salah left and Saka say my father, right now, sign the thing. But it's not
I mean, Aston Villa at home, drew 2-2 against Palace. Their last home victory came in September 21st against their bitter rival Wolverhampton. What is really going on? Is it this? What happened to Newcastle? In the Champions League against AC Milan, Dortmund, and Paris Saint-Germain is really catching up. From that Bayern Munich game, it's like he's not the same Aston Villa anymore. What is really going on with Unai Emery team?
Yeah, the wheels look like it a fall off. I really need to take a look at it still in terms of.
Go ahead, continue, man, continue.
What is happening for real? Because, all right, so even if I take a guess, Nick, off of the top of my head, I think he might have some issues with Magin. Magin is a captain, and this is just me with a wild take. I'll be honest, this is a wild take. Yeah. Magin is a captain, but I don't think Magin have a starting spot in the team. So I think they might force Magin for starting at the team and to show off some sort of balance.
Because goals are fit now, everybody are back now. Because remember, when Magin started out the season, there are Kamara and some of these players weren't fit enough. You understand? No, Magin is fit. And everybody is fit. Leon Daly is fit over there. Ramsey's in and out. But no, everybody is fit. You have a healthy squad. But it just seems like, previously, before the Bayern game, you used to could name a Villa starting lineup. No, it's like every week there's 2-3 different changes to the starting.
So looking at it actually, Kamara was injured for the last game and Onana injured. Because as I said, Remember, you know, they had a solid 11, and that 11, the midfield pair was Onana and Tielemans.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Straight.
Straight.
And then you have a Morgan Rogers, Bailey on the right, and I think a Ramsey that play from the left.
Yeah, Ramsey.
And a Watkins up top. So now I think injuries, it look like an injuries really are shake them up. So
Well,
having
Matic
to look at it.
injured, Konsa injured. I think those two players didn't play. But Crystal Palace is 19 in the league. 19. Come on, you should be beating these teams. These are the teams and games that Aston Villa, win comfortable at home last season. Not many teams go to Villa Park and win last season. So I just think, man, he just need to go back to what he started the season with, the basic, be more consistent with his starting lineup, and probably try to get a little bit more out of Ole Watkins. His attitude and how he's playing is not like the Ole Watkins of last season. You understand? But I think it's fine. I think they overachieved last season, and I think we are expecting more, probably higher than what other fans is expecting from him. So I guess the expectations are a little bit too high, knowing that, look, this is Aston Villa. What happened to Newcastle? Finishing the top 4, they've qualified for the Champions League. The same thing Aston Villa did. Newcastle finished 9th in the league or so last season. So they took off way back, but I think Aston Villa still can qualify for a European position. I don't think they will accept a conference. Maybe if they qualify for the Europa League, they will accept it. But let's see what's going to happen, because I think they need just a couple more wins. They have been doing really good, if you ask me, in the Champions League. Beat Bruges, beat Bayern Munich, and they beat Young Boys as well. So they're playing really good, But
as I said though, you have to really take into consideration that playing Champions League, playing every 3 days, I know for everybody, so the fall off is there. And again, as well, I didn't think Crystal Palace would have started the season this bad. So probably them a fine form as well at the right time. So it's just a draw, but I never expect Palace to start this bad. And I think Palace sooner or later will get it together, because I like them team, I like them squad. So really and truly, it's not a result where I see a come. I expect Villa to win the game, but it's a fair result in the NBA span. All of the factors them will name. So I think Villa will get it together eventually.
Yeah,
and I think they can finish in the European spots.
Yeah, you're right. Palace, the back in the last season, the last 7 games, they unbeaten in their last 7, won 6 and draw 1. No, their last 5 games, they won 2 in our competition, draw 2, and just lost 1. But I mean, this Premier League, King, it's a lot of ups and downs. Teams are expecting not to perform this high like a Forest, but when you look down the table at Crystal Palace, Mateta, I think, was the best striker in the last 10 games. If you ask me, in the Premier League last season, a Wolverhampton and a Gary O'Neill, like Gary O'Neill, it took him so long to get a win. No, he saw him beat, Fulham at Craven Cottage. Big win for him. No, it's like the handbrake is up now, for Gary O'Neill. But then, what's your surprise and what's your disappointment, or your expectation on the top of the league, and below you would say the top half and the bottom half of the league?
All right. So first and foremost, before we get into that, you touch on Wolverhampton. I'm gonna have to say this about Wolves. If you watch the league from season, so Wolves has been unfortunate. Every game Wolves lose, them could have win it. Every game. Our first team, I lose them game where them should have win or could have win.
And get fight from VAR. And get fight from VAR.
And get fight from VAR. Wolves, so you could have seen this. You could have seen Sedemater in the corner, because they have a pretty good team. I love them left back. Everybody is a fan of 8 Nori. You get me? I say, and Kuna right now, and Fire them big striker last as well. So and Andre is a essential way Liverpool did link with a lot as well. So
I think he'll be out the door coming this summer.
Yeah, I think I want to see him there.
It's still good. It's still good. You think Dexter Lemekisa could have played this Wolverhampton team?
I think so. I think so. I think him could have actually get some game time. I'm gonna take a look at who I play right back for them real quick. When I play
They have,
Semedo used to their Barca.
they have Semedo and a young Brazilian right back, I think.
Gomez. Them still have Doherty. Him could have stay and
That is a French player right now. Semedo
yeah,
is
him
that.
could have stay and
Right.
fight film game. But I don't know if them rate him that highly in the youth academy because they would have keep him and him could have actually get game. But as the question you asked, who are my biggest surprise so far? It would have been Nottingham Forest, and again, them just lose 2 games already,
Yeah.
just right now. But before those 2 games, you can clearly see them a punch above them weight. You never expect Forest to perform so well.
Yeah.
That's my greatest surprise so far this season. In terms of disappointment, it will be Crystal Palace. Because, again, as I said, Palace ended the season last season with 7 straight victories or whatever you just said. But they
Wins and 1 draw the last 7 games.
7, yeah, 6, yeah. So them finished. So me I expect them would continue with that run. But again, them lose Joachim Anderson, which was a major loss. That of them main man in the defense. And who else them lose? Oh yeah, them lose Mikel Olise.
Police,
So
yeah.
those
Yeah.
are 2 major losses. So I guess them really try find them identity back from that.
They lost Andre Ayew, someone that always play a cameo off the bench.
Exactly. But I think Sar go find him foot. Me
Sarr.
what Sar do me, you know. When Sar they are Watford, you know, man. Sar them bug
Yeah,
up one time, you know, man.
He was a better player at Watford, but still trying to find in his way, you know. But I mean, last one, you know, United, man, you know, United new coach. Whole lot of talking, even when you know international football are going, everybody talking about Ruben Amaran, you know, what a Portuguese coach he can be in the future, linking him with Jose Mourinho style of play, good man manager, you know. But United is my club. I don't know if you know about United is my club,
Okay.
and we have been crying out for someone to at least.
Anyways,
You understand? We have been crying out for somebody to come and stop that successful season over there in the Blue Moon. You know, stopping, you know, the Skulls, the Reds. You understand? You know, but I mean, quite frank though, you know, what you have seen, you know, and heard and saw in the Champions League with this coach and you know the history of how he was there under Jose Mourinho for 1 season as you know, as someone that learning internship, learning the role, learning to I think after that he left and go to Braga, came to United, coaching Braga against United in the Europa League. But I mean, what do you think though about Ruben Amaran? You know, how much you rate him, how much you know about him so far?
so the truth is, I must say Amaran got appointed to Manchester United. I was a bit I say get me a bit worried because me I said to myself, say, yo, man, you finally get a good coach. Because
Yeah.
out of all the coach were gone before, no
Yeah.
disrespect. Even
Yeah.
Tenag going me that door Ajax before. I
Mhm.
think Amarin in body I work at Sporting speaks for
Yeah.
itself. Just the other day, you can see say how the man them beat up the great Man City.
Yeah.
So in body I work speak for himself. You can see what I'm doing at the Portuguese league. Everybody I say yeah, it's a lower league. But the way if you know about that league, you know that the traditional team, Sporting is a traditional team, you know, but really and truly a Benfica and Porto are the
Benfica.
real big dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to say Sporting is not a big dog. Sporting are
Yeah.
probably third in terms of those two.
The Portuguese is always Porto and Benfica.
Exactly. So for him go there and him really dominate that league so much, and him style of players who are more what interests me more in terms of the way I'm using wing back. So this is a man he might use 3 centre half. And today it was interesting to see him use Mazzari as the right-sided centre half.
Yeah.
That they can play anywhere on the field, it seems.
Anyway.
But what interesting was the inverted wing backs.
Wing
Like,
backs.
that's a new thing. Like having a right-footed left wing back, a left-footed right. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
He's very crafty. He's very
Very
crafty.
crafty. So him have a little innovation when bring to the league, and I think even as a Liverpool fan, I know I don't like that club, but I think even as a Liverpool fan, Jaja, I say even as a Liverpool fan, something interesting for watch. Cause him bench him two center forward, them and play Rashford up top. Yes, Rashford got a goal. It's just interesting because it's a new tactics. Yeah, we know it says a 3-4-3 in a sense, but
Yeah.
just look new, different, inverted fullbacks.
This 3-4-3 is different than any other coaches. I remember when Antonio Conte, the Italian coach, walked through at Stamford Bridge. He played at Victor Moses down that right hand side, and I think it was Marcos Alonso on the left hand side. And the way how he used Eden Hazard and Willian behind Diego Costa and Pedro, he just bring and tucked in those two players. With Cesc Fabregas. Is it Cesc Fabregas and Kante, I think, playing in a double pivot? He's playing 6 men in the midfield at times. But Ruben Amorim is crafty of that back three, the two players that sandwiches the center half in the middle. Those players actually playing as a wing back at times, and the natural wing backs coming inverted to play as a midfielder. And then, you have the two players behind the normal line is just moving all over the place. And then Rashford know exactly what he's supposed to do. But I think when I listen to this coach, you could see or feel the passion coming from his press conference. You could see the blood in him high that he want to bring Manchester United to the next level. Look, we have seen this with Ten Hag where he said, look, it's time now to retire Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. No, Ruben Amorim is here. We saw Louis van Gaal came in with the 3 at the back right after the World Cup. It did not work out. Solskjaer, so many, Jose Mourinho, so many coaches walk to the door, man. But this coach is just, everything just seems different around the place. Just the feeling coming from a United fan. And for you, as a Liverpool man, to say, hey, you didn't really want this appointment because this might be the right man to lead United to the right direction where the club needs to go after 13 years after Sir Alex Ferguson left the club, but we will know, that manager bounce is very important. Players going to fly up. I don't know if you saw the comment that Casemiro made and Rashford made, like the best training, superb training. Like, I don't know if it's they mimicking, Ten Hag, that look what you have been doing in the past. This man is a top man. But just listen to his press conference. You see this man like he's a man manager and he don't deal with no bullshit. He's a straight up man. And if you're going to get the job done, you're going to get the job done. But if you're not going to work, the door is there. So it's left up to Amorim and the backroom staff to really get success out of this coach. And I think this is one of the brightest appointments United have made over the previous 6 managers that we have appointed so far. Your last takes on the game, you see anything different from how a Ten Hag team play and how a Amorim team played today against Ipswich?
Yeah, I think my last take is that he's going to need time. Regardless, he's going to need time because you can see so much implement his style of play, but he's going to need him own players them for one, and two, he's going to need time on the coaching ground to implement where much try, because one, I never expect enough for lose, but two, I probably never expect enough for draw. And I talk about new manager bounce. I think we already get that from Ruud van Nistelrooy was there, and then Ruud van Nistelrooy actually did so well, and then over the reins now to Amorim, he might get the team in a good place. So it's just about taking on board the new information we might get, and he's gonna need time. You can clearly say theme style of play and theme systems are totally different. But again, the players are going to be key, and I wouldn't be surprised that you guys make some sign come January, and then I would expect a lot of signings come summer. So I think time are the key for this coach.
Yeah, and when you look at what the Swedish have been doing at Sporting, coming summer, he will be linking to United all over the place. I think because of, Ruben Amorim. It's funny that player just leaving the championship at Coventry. Just recently, now they tip in Adjira, the American, to be out the door as well at Coventry. But good players is in the championship. It's just you. But King, before I'm going further, how any Premier League club? I was watching Presser and Di Canio, I think it was yesterday, where they're talking about top clubs will never go to the championship to buy a striker. But I understand and I agree to some part with them. But Nobody, not even a Crystal Palace or a Wolverhampton, even saw that player as the talent that he is, or just that Amaran was that good that he just get the best out of Girgers.
So one of the things you have to identify is that a lot of these players are being bought on data. So data them are used for buy the players them. So I don't know if that team really saw watch your dead by the way. 6%. Yeah, real quick. I don't know if them see something in the player where them really spot and then the coach just transform him. Because me I watch a player. He's a clean striker of the ball, in movement, he's an excellent IQ. In my opinion, and probably the world are the best forward in the world right now, hands down.
He's
about the Erling Haaland.
Yeah, hands down. I think he probably more a complete player than Erling Haaland. Yeah, understand?
He is. But as I said, to the point, why nobody can. I just think it's a thing where there's a stigma with the championship where I think say, okay, they are a level down.
Yeah.
It's so rare for somebody to go pluck him out at there. So him there Coventry. I think him left Coventry. Go straight at Sporting.
Yeah, go straight at Sporting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just probably it's just a negative thing, just like playing a back three. People think it's a negative thing. So probably it's just a negative thing to say that you can't really buy players from championship because players in the championship are not good enough. If you ask me, I think I just saw them and look at it.
Yeah.
But it shows that there are good players in the championship. If you look really good at hard, they can find. And I think we as Jamaican people.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Madison was there. Solanke was there as well. You know, yeah.
All of them.
Those players were there. It was a QPR. You know, the Welsh player that played on the wing for Spurs. That black player. I don't remember his name. He was in the championship as well. What's his name? You know who I'm talking?
Oh, Odobert, you're talking? Or Odobert?
He played for Spurs.
Tottenham, Welsh, black player.
His name Johnson?
Johnson attack? Oh, Johnson. You see, the thing is, I don't understand Johnson. You know, Johnson is more of a forward than them playing on the wing. That's why I can't wrap my head around it. But it's a work. The man they score every second.
He must score. I think he scored again, right? He scored at Etihad.
He scored at Etihad. The man not stop score. But
yeah,
ask me, I know my type of winger. But yeah, a lot of talent in the championship. A whole lot of talent. Last season, straight from Coventry, 21 mil. He did at Brighton actually.
He was at Brighton.
Wow. Under 23.
Wow. That's another thing that, you know, Brighton, and I think King Battery died. Right there. Yeah, I think his battery died right there. I think that was it. Yeah, people, you know, I have another show for do, not live, but I have a show to do with the Morning Insider, you know, with the CONCACAF journalist, you know, Ed here. We're just going to discuss, you know, what happened, a recap of what happened over the international break with, you know, Costa Rica, you know, why they didn't prevail, Claudio Viva, you know, couldn't get the best of Thomas Christensen. You understand, you know, the Reggae Boyz. You know, we're just going to recap what's happened over the international break for CONCACAF, man. But I think King Battery have died because I heard it in the background. You know, people, it was a great chat. You know, really appreciate everybody. You know, really appreciate everybody that come and talk, you know, in the comment section. Big up to everybody. You know, I read all the comments. Yeah, I might not put up everything on the screen, but yeah, I read it. But you know, the discussion at times, you know, not everything you get to put up on the screen. You know, I try to do it as much, you know, but sometimes discussion just push away, mine away. You understand? But yeah, people, this is the Nick and Dan podcast, man. Yeah, streaming on the Cardominos and Daniel Football Show, yeah, weekly. You don't know, sometimes, you know, we might be out, you know, over the weekend because, you know, Daniel is a man, you know, it's a family man, you know, his girlfriend currently, you know, carrying another youth film, so he's the one that been doing stuff, so he might not be available. And I really don't like to do this show on my own, as this is a signature show between me and him. I love to do it between me and him. I love the partnership, you know, the duo between me and him. So if he's not available, I just probably just call it a day for the weekend. But yeah, big up to everybody. You know, I'm out. You know, I know King Battery have dead. You know, I really appreciate him invite King back again on the channel where we could talk about more, hopefully about the Reggae Boyz doing better and better on the international stage. Understand, people? Bless up on yourself. I'm out.